amazing. It felt amazing. It really did. After that second game, we knew after the first game that we were the better team, and we got in our heads during the second game, and it felt really good to come out the third game having made conscious choices and worked on our mental game, and being able to just show what we can do was really nice.
Yeah. Then you're going to play Utah this weekend. How are you feeling about that matchup?
Oh, I'm really excited. I'm very excited to play Utah. I feel like we have been ready to play some different teams, and I'm really excited to play Utah. They've been at the top of the rankings the whole season, and I'm excited to see if they're actually deserve to be there or not.
Touchdowns, no interceptions on the season, and they're recognizing the coverage. No place for Archuleta. Gordon cuts it back to the goal line, in for the touchdown.
Before the game. Baby A after the game. This is me before the game. This is Baby B after the game.
This is Tanifa before the game. I'm Tanifa. This is me after the game.
This is me before the game. This is Sam. Holy crap. This is me after the game. This is me before the game. I'm Jocelyn Putnam, and this is me after the game.
Yep, name's Victoria. Here we are. This is Victoria after the game. Yeah.
This is me before the game. This is Lindsay, and this is me after the game.
This is me before the game.
This is me before the game.
This is me after the game. This is Justine. Oh my gosh. This is me after the game. Hey, this is Mando, and this is me after the game.
Welcome to Vixen Media Day.
I started my career as a wide receiver, so it was something that we repped in practice the last few weeks, and kind of knew it was coming, and just kudos to my coaches and for putting us in that position. I mean, I love offense. It's fun. So I had a good time doing it.
You couldn't do much more in the game with a touchdown on offense and an interception on defense. Walk us through that touchdown first.
Actually, that was a route that EK and I had never repped together before, so I was pretty pumped when we hit on it.
And on that interception, walk me through that play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, McMahon's a great player. I think everybody probably knew the ball was going to her, and I was able to get a jump on it and make a good play on it.
Day in the life of a Minnesota Vixen rookie on game day. Let's get it. Obviously, you got to get ready. Spend a little bit of time watching film, filling out some surveys. Our walkthrough, we had to dress to snag a baddie, but I already have a baddie. So, spend some time getting some good food, showing up to the field, locker room shenanigans, getting ready to take the field, and here you go. Here's the first clip
and here's
of
the kickoff.
the very first play of our game.
Struggle to pick up for the Vixen.
That's all you need to know.
They're getting a wall on the edge, and we might have a kick return on the first play. She's going all the way down, and she is going to score on the opening kickoff of the game. No flags in the...
And that's what I'm talking about. All right, I'll see you next game. Peace.
Ghost again, joined by two running backs. Ghost takes a snap. She's looking to pass. It's number 30, Latita Thompson, with the score.
Get's going to keep it again. Initially stood up, now with second effort, still pushing the pile. No signal yet, and she's in. So Getz. And it was a good push again up front, initially on Getz, but
I mean, we took what went wrong and essentially just made that better. It wasn't the plays, it wasn't who we are, it was just literally what I said before. Honestly, I feel like a broken record, but it was executing the plays and going into practice and really executing the plays that we came out and felt maybe just a little off on, and repping them over and over and over so we can come to a game like this and not even question what's going on.
We knew that game wasn't us. I don't think anyone was hung up on the game. We came in and we played Vixen football.
Yeah.
Now, we still don't know who the next round opponent is. That game's still playing. But how do you feel about moving on to the next round right now?
Doesn't matter. Bring whoever. If we play our own game, it's not going to matter.
We're so excited.
We are very excited.
Did you guys win?
Are you eating a corn dog?
No, did you guys win?
Did we win?
Yeah.
Were you here?
I was at the. Is that grilled cheese? Yeah, it was a brisket. So did you guys win or?
We won. Yeah,
you won? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You want the Vikings truck?
Vikings food truck? Vikings food truck right out there. Yeah, I was there the whole time.
Brisket grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Vikings food truck, brisket grilled cheese. 10 out of 10.
Winner's sandwich.
Winner's sandwich.
Good job tonight, winner's sandwich.
Thanks.
Remember this iconic NFL 100 Super Bowl commercial?
Fumble! That's a cake.
Well, that's me. I gotta spend like 4 hours with Richard Sherman and Saquon Barkley just reshooting the same scene over and over again. I had to put glue on my hands so I could actually palm the ball. And Saquon split his pants when he was doing this jump. These two all-star football players were the coolest people to hang out with, and I still can't believe I got to do it.
To lose they mind for it, wine for it, dine for it, spend time for it, see no color line for it.
Alex, the Wildcats have not lost since joining the Women's Football Alliance at the start of the 2025 season.
And it's going to require a significant effort for that to change.
The way it is right now, Minnesota traveling to Utah in 2 weeks.
I mean, I would argue in the history of the Minnesota Vixen, there has not been a more complete 60 minutes than that which we just witnessed. But this cannot be their Super Bowl.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation, pledge your allegiance. Get your fatigues on, all black everything. Black cars, all black everything. And I know the blackbirds riding with they. I get more in depth if you boys really enough. This is not familiar, I'll explain later. But for now, let me get back to this paper. I'm a couple bands down and I'm trying to get back. I gave Nugget grip, I lost a flip with 5 stacks. Yeah, I'm talking 5, 6, 0, shot 0, 0. Back to run the circles, well.
This group right here, all around, is football. We're all football players. Y'all are football players, okay?
Down. Good. Montiello's going to go straight ahead. Got a receiver caught touchdown. They're back by him. What a and Houdini act. Sideline. She works another tackle. There's now one for
Yo, Jay, what you say?
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight, that's something. The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
to her left, has time, throws on the run to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Pittsburgh TD.
The athletes, they're the backbone of this whole league, and they're just amazing people. They've got amazing stories.
Barrett in a pattern, they're looking for her, able to bring that one in, Brianna Barrett. My goodness.
I never thought I'd be here. I feel like the best things in life are things that come to you unexpected. So it's been a great journey for me.
I know this is where I'm supposed to be.
Caught touchdown, Jada Meister.
Essentially is true of breaking barriers, right?
She could go all the way, and she does. Touchdown.
We're shattering the glass ceiling.
Great pass up in the air. Touchdown.
All of the women role models that we look up to are all women who did things that were not expected.
They realize they're pioneers. They realize that the trail that they leave is going to be a path that a young girl can follow.
It gives you hope. They believe in themselves, I believe in them, and Franco believes in all of us, so it just goes with the territory.
Recovery is everything. That's why these DNA Vibe jazz bands are being gifted to everyone in the WFA. That's right. Thanks to the NFIM and the Shine program, every athlete in the Women's Football Alliance will be gifted the ultimate game changer for their recovery.
This patented technology targets recovery at the cellular level so that we can maintain our peak performance. And if it can handle our hits, imagine what it can do for you.
Coming to you guys live from Salt Lake City, where the Salt Lake Wildcats are going to be matching up against the Minnesota Vixens. I have Coach Gates here. Now, Coach Gates, you're coming up against a team that you've never played before. Tell me what kind of moves that you've made offensively and defensively to better prepare yourself for this match.
That's a good question. It definitely is different playing a new team. We've studied a lot of film, and we think we're prepared. We've practiced extra practices in our bye week, really just concentrating on what we do best, and we're going to make them adjust to us, hopefully.
Okay. Now, the playoffs are an exciting moment. Now, how do you balance and keep your team in check with the excitement and the focus that needs to take place for this game?
As you can probably hear them in the background, maybe we're not doing the best job of keeping them focused. But no, in all honesty, our team plays better when we're hyped up and having fun. So we're kind of leaning into that, to be honest.
Okay, well, I wish you all the best of luck today, and go Wildcats.
Thank you very much.
All right, Sam, coming into playing a team that you've never faced before, what kind of things do you feel like the team has been focusing on to ensure your success tonight?
Everybody's really been focusing on discipline and everybody doing their jobs. We watched a lot of film. Everybody needs to come in prepared and to trust your teammates to execute what they're supposed to do so you can do what you're supposed to do. And as long as everybody does their job, then we're feeling pretty good.
Okay. So tell me also, what have you done personally, obviously, as one of the leaders on the team, to be able to keep this team in check and get them, mentally prepared for the game?
I think it's really showing up to every practice and giving it your all and showing that practice is how we play in the game. And so staying prepared, making sure we're encouraging everybody and giving each other ideas, patting each other on the back when you make a good tackle, because I think football is really all about energy. Every play resets, and so it's making sure you start every play with the right mindset.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited to see you out there today, Sam. Have a great game.
Thank you.
As one of the captains on the team, tell me, what kind of steps have you taken as one of the leaders to keep the team in check and get them mentally prepared for the game today?
I think as far as mentality goes, I'm studying a ton of film, just watching the repeated plays that they have, making sure assignments are known. I feel like that's where we thrive as such a young team, is being able to have the stamina as well as having such smart players with high football IQs.
Okay. Now, being that this is a team that you've never faced before, are there certain things that you feel like the team has done to prepare for going up against them today?
I actually feel like Callie War, playing against them so much with their pass game, has helped us significantly with their pass game. Just being ready for that and, preparing 6 weeks for Callie has helped feed into the game today. And then, always being able to stop the run has definitely been our strong suit, so we're not scared about that at all.
All right, well, it's going to be a good game. I hope to see you make some moves out there.
Thank you
Have a good night.
LFG 2026.
Shout out to James.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
gentlemen, we have a wonderful game ahead of us tonight. The Salt Lake City Wildcats host the Minnesota Vixen in a WFA semifinal matchup. We are excited. I'm Mason Ayers, joined by
Ty Myers, and we will be your broadcasters today. Quite an exciting game of football. Vixen coming off a win against the Slam, and for the third time in a row, Wildcats coming off a win against the against Cali. Very good game coming ahead of us today, and very excited.
both teams won pretty comfortably in their previous games to get here, and both will look to continue that streak going. We've had the coin toss just go. It looks like the Wildcats will kick off to start us off. Vixen to receive. Brinley Devi of the Wildcats setting up for the kick.
Some key intakes. Vixen, a very strong team all around. Been watching some plays, some of their film, and quarterback's got a great arm. He's got great accuracy for those short passes, but almost unbeatable is their run game. A very aggressive team, and it'll be interesting to see how the Wildcats respond to that, because, I mean, they're also a very aggressive team.
Right. They practice against good running week in, week out, so they would like to feel confident that they can stop that. Minnesota also relies a lot on good trick plays, and the Wildcats have so far done well to prevent big plays from happening. They did so at least 2 weeks ago here at this same stadium. Brinley Devi kicks off. Refs whistling about something, calling it dead. And they're going to try again. Looks like something wasn't ready for that kickoff, so we'll try again.
Hey, nothing wrong as long as we kick it like that again. That was a great kick from our kicker, just punting it all the way down to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, with a good bounce, I mean, that's a perfect kick, so she'll look to repeat here. Looks like Britt Peterson is in the back. She's going to be one of the receivers, as well as, I can't see who that second returner is as well, but here we go. And the kick is away, landing just about the same and getting a good bounce, rolling back into the end zone, where I'm sure the Vixen will take the dead ball inside the end zone. But a great kick, and we're ready to go.
I mean, we asked for her to do it again, and she pretty much gave the same kick, rolling into the touchdown there. I believe they'll start at around the 25. Hot day here in Salt Lake City, almost about 100 degrees. We're definitely feeling it in the box. We'll definitely have to make sure the girls are hydrated and feeling well today for sure.
Yeah, they'll be counting down those seconds until that sun disappears behind those mountains.
I can't imagine the Wildcats are too comfortable with the black jerseys as well.
Yeah, they look good as they just featured those for the first time 2 weeks ago. But, yeah, they're probably cooking alive in there a little bit.
100%. Shout out to the coaches also wearing black, fighting strong with our players today.
Yep, they're right in the trenches with their players. As the Vixen line up to take the first snap of the game, quarterback drops back, throws early into coverage, caught over the head. And what a perfect throw and a great catch. That is not an easy one, despite how she made it appear so. And that was Lundberg with the reception, and the Vixen get things rolling early with the first down on the first play. Moving it near half field, another snap, handoff, running to the outside, penalty, and she's able to take her down. Helmet got twisted there a little bit. As we await to hear what the penalty is, and it looks like illegal block in the back from the Vixens. That's going to send them back.
Just honestly, with that reception, W-O-W, wow. That was a great ball. I mean, I have no notes for the defense. Our corner did everything that she could, everything right, held it to her, but just dropped an absolute dime from the Vixen getting that reception.
Yep, that was textbook pass and textbook catch too. I mean, that is a tricky play to pull off, but like you said, the defender's right there, and you're still able to do it. That's important. They start now 1st and 20 after the 10-yard penalty. Airs it out wide, incomplete. The receiver wasn't quite ready for that one this time, but we go to 2nd and 20. Single back in the backfield with the quarterback. Handoff to her, fake pass after. Taken down by 2 Wildcat players as they read that gap and take her down after very short, if any, gain. It's going to be a 2-yard gain, bringing it to 3rd and 18, 3rd and long.
3rd and long.
Perhaps we'll see some of that notorious trickery that Minnesota definitely has in their playbook tonight. And right now, I think this would be an opportunity for them to try and pull it off. Receiver in motion, quarterback takes it. Under pressure, across the middle. Pass is too high, and she was under pretty good coverage anyways as it goes to 4th down, and looks like the punt team will make their way onto the field.
Yeah, and that ball was just a little too high for the defender. The defender was open during that route. Definitely had a lot of room, just sent it a little too high. Little updates for the other game against the Passion and Divas. Passion leads 22-17 at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Oof, that's a close one.
That's a close one. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game for the finals. Definitely tune in, folks. It'll be a great game.
Yeah, hopefully Canton, Ohio has better weather going on for them. And what a punt. That's going to stay in as it just trickles along the sideline. And it's going to pin back the Wildcats actually inside their own 15. So really well done. Maybe a slight bit of fortune, but great punt nonetheless. And the Wildcats will start deep in their own territory. Their first chance on the ball this time, a couple minutes in. They'll hope for a little more success in moving it. Minnesota opened with a great play and didn't really have much to respond with after. I feel like that penalty did kind of kill their quick little momentum that they had going for them.
Yeah, you can almost kind of feel it in the air. Like as soon as they got that penalty, I mean, like right after the reception, like things were loud, things were hot, and almost like as soon as they got that penalty, they just like almost stopped kind of getting their heads into it.
Yeah. Wildcats' first play on offense is a handoff to Gordon. Takes the gap on the left, but is taken down quickly for a short gain. 2nd and 8 to go now. 2nd and 7, correction.
It'll be interesting to see how the Wildcats attack today. I mean, obviously having our strong runners, Brielle Lambright and Sam Gordon, but would love to see some aerial combat from Laura Gates, as she's has a very high capability of that arm. It looks like a little bit of loss of yards for the Wildcats as Gordon gets swamped by the Vixen.
There was a penalty thrown as Sam Gordon was being brought down, so we'll see what the referees have to say about that. Face mask, so instead of a loss of yards, they're actually going to move the chains up, and a big penalty that sways that play heavily.
You know how we feel about penalties here, Mason. They definitely affect the game so much, and I mean, they're not huge plays, they're not huge yardages, but they definitely changed the game, allowing almost free yards.
Yeah, and I think that right there is a perfect example, really, of the least opportune time to have a penalty, that completely changes the outcome of that play from a tackle for loss to instead a first down for the Wildcats as they move up to their 32-yard line now. Gates drops back, throws early, caught, and good for the first down on the first passing play for the Wildcats. And that was textbook.
That was textbook. That is exactly what we like to see, especially seeing it from up here in the box. A couple claps for Laura Gates as she makes her first reception of the day, and hopefully many more to come.
Yep, that pass was perfect. Good route. Nice and easy, 12 yards or so on that one as they move to the 44. Gates, handoff. Gordon spins. Eventually taken down, but gets a decent gain of maybe 4.
Wildcats setting up themselves very nicely during this drive. Having that loss of yardage, but definitely brushed it off with good reception and a good run from Sam Gordon, almost entering in Vixen territory.
Yeah, they know that looks like the Vixen were prepared for the Wildcats to throw Gordon those pitches to let her sweep to the outside, and they were ready for it this time. They don't want to let her get to speed. Gates passes it back to Archuleta. She's able to run up for a very, very short gain, maybe 1 or 2. Maybe the Wildcats prepping their own trick plays. I wasn't sure where that was going. That did seem like a lateral pass, so she was technically eligible to throw that one again. And honestly, maybe I watched too much of the game last week for the Vixen, but I was prepared for something crazy.
The Vixen definitely do like their trick plays. A lot of those little backward handoffs and lateral passes.
Gates, handoff, Gordon spinning, able to push her way through, and I think she's got the first. It's awful close. They might have got her short, though, and it looks like they do. So it's going to be a 4th and inches play for the Wildcats here.
I mean, 4th and inches, what are you doing here, Mason? Are you going to go for it personally, or would you like a lot of time left, certainly for the game?
I mean, the Wildcats have shown what they can do, handing it off right up the middle so far. So I think they're going to just go for that. It's going to be a keeper, actually, and there is a massive pile up there. I don't know. They never called it dead, so she might have lunged forward just enough. Waiting for the call. I think that's good for the first down. It is. Wow, awful close there, but just enough for them to keep this drive alive.
And Mason, I'm sure you're happy to see that play go well as an Eagles fan, liking the tush push.
Yeah, that was exactly a tush push and a successful one. You know, it's a tough one to pull off. If you follow the NFL, you know not every team can do it, so. Gordon picks up the late block. Pass out early to Ronning as she is able to bring it in and takes it outside. Again, really close to the first down. They're going to mark it. Good, so that is going to move those chains once again, and the passing plays are working for him early.
Laura Gates plays with so much poise. Like, you saw that defender that Sam Gordon picked off, and it almost didn't even phase Gates. She just kept her eyes down the field, planted her feet, and just aired it out. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she stayed focused on her receivers, and that was huge. Really important play for them. Inside Vixen territory, 35-yard line, handoff. Gordon breaking outside. Single blocker ahead of her. Some confusion in that, but great play for the Wildcats as they break away for another first down.
First down, first down, first down. We just keep seeing it, and I just keep loving it. Wildcats coming out with so much aggression, and it is paying off for them tremendously.
Yeah, that ball is just rolling for them now on this drive as they creep into the red zone. The referee's whistling about something here, maybe just readjusting where the ball's positioned at.
Hey, every inch counts. We saw it earlier.
Absolutely, yeah. 2 backs pitch outside. Gordon with blockers. But the Vixen answer this time. She's got nowhere to go. That could be a loss of yards, maybe. Once again, the pitch play that the Wildcats are looking for is unsuccessful as they lose a yard on that one. Gates handoff again, this time absolutely stuffed. That is number 44, Noble, with the block there, as she just absolutely reads the gap the Wildcats were looking for and says, not this way.
I mean, you can almost kind of tell the Vixen are definitely keeping their eyes on Sam Gordon, as that is someone that you do not want getting hot, as she's shown us time and time again during the season that she's not to be messed with.
And with reason, too, the Wildcats have looked to her a lot already early in this game, but not this time. Gates passing out wide to Archuleta. Oh, and she was open. Pass looked good, but it just comes off the fingertips as she beat her 2 defenders on her, and that looked good.
She has so much speed and she uses it so well. She just turned her hips just a little too early before letting it settle into her hands. Still a great play, and hopefully I know she's going to be wanting to get that one back.
Yeah, for sure, but you know, they do well at moving on to the next play, not sticking, not holding on to those messed up moments, and I think she'll do that just fine. As they're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 13, Gates with some time, airs it out. Ronning's open and makes the catch with ease, but she's just short of the end zone. What a play, though, as they will surely look to punch this in on the 1-yard line. What a catch.
What are you thinking, another tush-push?
I mean, I liked how that first one ended up, so we'll see. Once again, though, the passing play is just working for them. I mean, the receivers are getting open, and Gates is finding them as the Salt Lake Wildcats move up into the goal. Gates with the keeper, backs off, retries. Little slow to call that one dead, but unable to punch it in that first time. They still have 3 more attempts.
Let's get loud for Wildcats!
Second down, once again on the 1-yard line. Looks like that ball might have moved up even just a little bit closer, as they line up with 4 receivers, 2 on either side. Gates in shotgun's gonna run herself. Vixen press early, and Wildcats unable to get there, so we have a 3rd down.
Right, one thing that, I mean, on the Vixen, they can make their blitz. They do it a little bit differently. They bring all the linebackers out. I believe one of their defensive tackles starts backs off, almost, but very, very efficient. They are very, very good at defense. Very aggressive team, breaking through those gaps, as we saw two Vixens almost immediately were in the backfield.
That was a great play call for the Vixen this time. They did not fall for what appeared to be a passing play. Gates takes it, handoff. Gordon gets in with ease as the Wildcats get the first score of the game, 6-0, late in this first quarter after a great first drive. Dominating the ball. Vixen with some good stops along the way, but eventually unable to prevent them from getting the touchdown. It's a tough one to do when they're on the 1-yard line, but we've seen it before. Debbie here to kick for the extra point, looking to go up by 7 to start this game.
I don't know about you, but that felt quick. We got our first downs fast. We went down the field fast. A lot of those aerial plays benefiting us so much, and then Sam Gordon able to punch it in.
Yeah, those aerial plays were exactly the key to that drive, and I'm sure the Wildcats will see that and continue to use it as really overall the Vixen didn't have much of an answer for it. I mean, there was one passing play that was just missed, but otherwise completions left and right and moved the ball well.
As much as I love our run plays, I would love to see us keep hitting on Ronings and Archuleta, as they are both great receivers. Definitely, I just feel like there's just a lot of eyes on our running backs with Lambright and Gordon in the back. So love to see Laura Gates use that arm, and loving what I'm seeing so far for sure.
Yep, second everything you just said there. Wildcats about to kick off. Vixen hoping to adjust their offense here after an unsuccessful first drive. We'll see what they can answer with here.
Very hot day for sure, though. I already seeing our Wildcats dumping water all over their heads and trying to cool down. I can't imagine how hot that field is.
I mean, we're sweating so much up here. We're in the shade. We're sitting down. Wow. Kick, caught, running, spins, able to get to the 40. That's a decent starting spot for them. A lot further up this time as they get an extra 20 yards or so. So that'll help if they can air out some passing plays like they did on that first play. They'll look to repeat that success here. Quarterback Kelly with a great throw on that one. Good connection to her receiver. The running plays didn't work out so well for them. I know you said that was kind of a threat for them, but you know, like we said, the Wildcats have done pretty well defending that thus far in the season.
Not too sure, like that we were almost discussing earlier. We couldn't tell if the Vixen starting running back is in. Number 0 going up the sideline for a quick little reception for the Vixen right there. But yeah, haven't seen too much of the running game. They're definitely getting their throws like warmed up, like for sure with these short passes.
Yeah, and that was a good little play for the Vixen as it goes to Tiff Wright outside. She's unable to stay in bounds, but a good gain for her after the completion. Once again, Vixen quarterback lined up in shotgun. Back running outside, pass right in the middle. That's a bullet. I mean, you have to be so precise to get that pass off. It can be a little dangerous, but very successful for them this time as they get the first down.
I don't know if anyone noticed, but she was dragging some Wildcats with her. It took about 3 to 4 players to bring her down. The strength of the Vixen is definitely one thing that we all noticed during footage, and they're definitely showing it off right now.
Yeah, but she muscled 2 or 3 players, like you said, all the way up to the 40-yard line. So a good series of plays for them so far. 1st and 10. Handoff. This is Wright once again able to avoid the first stop, getting outside and getting a good gain. They're getting the ball moving. Second and 4 after a good running play for the Vixen, getting into Wildcats territory here at the 34-yard line. They've lined up very similarly on most of their plays this drive so far. Pitch outside, no trickery this time, but Wildcats there to meet her, and I think it's going to be a tackle for loss, but there was a penalty in the backfield, so we'll see what... Okay, so that's a penalty on the Vixen. That's going to send him back, and a replay of 2nd down.
Yeah, watching the replay, they were almost duking it out on the right side. Definitely don't want to get your emotions too in it, but like they were definitely some holding as her arm came across the chest of the, I believe, defensive end for the Wildcats. Definitely not something that you want to do.
I think that was number 64 on the Vixen, Kalimu, with the penalty. So here we go on second down once again. Second 14, ball a little wobbly. Receiver wide open. Archuleta trying to chase her down, but unsuccessful, and a huge play for the Vixen to answer the Wildcats touchdown as we go to 6-7 as the score line. Massive play. There is a flag on the play though, and it's going to bring it back. Offensive pass interference, actually, which is not something you see too often, but a costly one as we will watch this back. I didn't see it. It might have been right off the line there, which that's a costly one for them. I mean, they had a massive play. Obviously, with it being the offensive pass interference, that is kind of a direct, solution to them scoring the touchdown, and we missed it on the replay as well. So not sure exactly what happened, but once again, a very big penalty that's going to hurt the Vixen. But I think that's a reminder to the Wildcats that, they can't fall asleep. They cannot let those big plays happen. Ball's going to be brought back quite a ways, and now they've got a long ways to go for the first down, 2nd and 24.
Almost a sigh of relief when we saw that flag come out and them announcing it as pass interference. As you can see, they are walking all the way back as penalties just matter so much. It's 2nd and 24. That is a beefy bone to work on for sure.
Yep, they'll definitely look to the skies, would be my assumption, to work away that massive yardage here needed.
I'm still looking for my Hail Mary, so I wouldn't mind for one of those right now.
You might just get that as the clock starts to tick away for this first quarter. It's kind of flown by. I don't know about you. I'm having a pretty good time. I think that's at least part of it.
Yeah, definitely having a good time. I mean, we've got a great ball game going on right now. Both of these teams are showing off all of their offensive weapons, and it's so entertaining to watch some good football today.
Yeah, agreed. And that's going to be a delay of game on the Vixen, so that's going to be another 5 yards. They are just moving the wrong direction right now. They're going to want to clean this up. Might just let the clock tick to the end of the first quarter. I don't know. Looks like they do want one play before the clock ends this quarter. Here's some of that trickery, and it's looking pretty successful so far. Vixen onto speed, but eventually stopped. That is a good gain for them to work away that massive yardage, but we'll have to see if they're able to convert the first down on the next quarter.
First quarter coming to an end. Vixen already have 5 penalties to their names. Definitely something that I'm sure their coach is going to talk to them about. Definitely something that they're going to want to fix if they're going to want to beat our Wildcats, as we've demonstrated before. If you get a lot of penalties, we will make it hurt for sure.
Yep, those penalties have hurt them pretty deeply so far. They'll look to clean those up, but they still are looking pretty threatening. Score is only 0-7, so it's a close game, and the clock has just moved. So, I mean, I'm guessing we've got a lower scoring game on our hands tonight, which means that no team can be counted out regardless of the score. We're seeing all the players drinking and drinking and drinking. That is so important. I do think this heat absolutely plays a factor in today's game. I think exhaustion is certainly on the line for the players. The Wildcats noticeably have a much smaller roster than most teams in the league, including the Vixen. And I think you know, sometimes you wonder if that exhaustion catches up because most players play both sides of the ball. We haven't seen that too much, but we also haven't had them play in this type of heat so far this season, so something to keep in mind.
Do not let the beautiful background fool you, folks. It is so hot down there. You can already almost see the exhaustion starting to play its effect, and definitely not having as many subs as Vixen's could end up being like a factor in the late game.
Absolutely. Vixen line up 3rd and 13. Pitch cutting inside. 34 able to move around, but eventually stopped. They gain maybe a yard or two as we go to 4th and 11. The Wildcats defensive ends playing a massive role so far on those kind of trickery plays. Wildcats player not letting her get that. 34 gonna throw it herself. And this one's incomplete. Not quite good enough throw that time. That's gonna be Jefferson taking the throw.
I almost wonder if that first play was supposed to be that play that just happened. Number 34 almost looked confused running in the backfield when they got that tackle for loss, and just threw it just a little too far forward. And I wonder if there was miscommunication.
Yeah, I would definitely be considering that as well. And maybe they were trying to confuse the Wildcats by running almost back-to-back plays there, but with different outcomes, you know. So that will be a turnover on downs for the Vixen, unfortunately, as they give the ball over to the Wildcats at the 42-yard line, as they'll look to have another scoring drive here to match that first one. Pitch outside of Gordon to start this one. Trying to get to speed, able to get around the edge just as she goes out of bounds, so that's going to be a good gain of, looks like it's got it about 6.
To Vixen's second turnover on downs for them. Definitely going to want to start punching in some points here soon for them.
Gates drops back some time. Looks up to Tika, almost gets the one-handed grab. That was close. Latika Thompson, tight end, was the target and nearly made the catch despite it being a little too high for her, but that would have been play of the game probably for me.
Tika definitely showing off that athleticism early, got up there. I thought she had that, to be honest, but she couldn't quite come down with it. Very, like the Wildcats, they just seem to wow me every weekend, you know, just like you, Mason.
Oh, you're too much. She wanted that one so much and fought for it, nearly getting the completion, but that's going to lead to 3rd and 4 now. They're going to want the first down on this one. Oh, and the Wildcats are definitely going to put a block in the back on that one. So not able to get the first down, and also Vixen have a chance to send this one back further if they want. It's up to them on whether they want the 4th down or the extra yardage backwards. Yeah, we definitely saw that one. That one was a little too obvious, you know. Probably not going to fool many referees on that one.
Probably not going to fool many referees. She used just a little too much strength, like practically threw that player. I felt like 4 yards. Looks like they're going to accept it. I don't blame the Vixen. When our running backs are averaging so many yards per carry, definitely wanting to push back the Wildcats is the right call. Hopefully to see some big pass plays here, though.
Yeah, I don't think that the Wildcats would have punted if it were that 4th and 4. So I agree with you. I do think that was the right choice. That penalty actually was on Thompson right after her near one-handed catch. So maybe letting out some frustration on that one. Gates drops back under pressure. Caught by Archuleta. Able to get close, but not enough for the first down just yet, as they make some good progress on that long 3rd down. Got about 4th and 2, so I'm guessing they're going to go for it. Gates might have gotten hit after that one. She's holding her side a little bit. Maybe she's just a little gassed, too. That's totally fair if that's the case.
Staying healthy is just going to be the key to this game for sure. Almost took me by surprise. I was not expecting that at all. It was a great pass. It was a great catch from Archuleta. And just like we said, now we're 4th and 2, and we're going to be a threat.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Big play for the Wildcats here. Gates going to keep it, and she's got enough for the first down. Gets a couple yards and stopped early, but they get those 2 yards that they needed and move the chains. Gates showing some strength in both those plays. She got hit on that passing play prior, and muscles her way in for the first down that time. That's awesome.
I just love seeing the sticks on the other side just move every time. It is such a beautiful sight to see.
Very important play for the Wildcats as they convert another first down. This drive a little bit slower than the other one, but they're moving along slowly. Gordon with a massive run up the hole eventually stopped, but that looked dangerous. She was getting to speed, and you know what happens when that happens.
She runs like she hates the ground. It is so funny to see her absolutely shoot off like a cannon, and we practically just saw that. I feel like she gained those yardage, those yards so quickly.
Yeah, those gaps on the line do not exist long. You know, you really have to punch it through in the perfect timing, and she did just that time. Great work from the line to create that opening for her, though. Wildcats line up 2nd and 4. Another handoff, this time to Lampright. And maybe a short gain with that forward progress. So yeah, it looks like it was enough for a little bit, actually. Gets them awful close at 3rd and 2. They've been able to convert these very short yards to go so far, and I think they like their chances of being able to do so once again here. Haven't seen too many passing plays on this drive so far as we saw in the first drive, but I'm guessing, Gates under pressure, spins out beautifully. Gordon takes it in nicely, spins. Nice play for the Wildcats. Gates avoiding the tackle. Would have been able to get it off. Gordon brings it in perfectly and does what she does after.
I think I found my word of the game, Mason, and it's poise. She dodged that tackle with such grace. It was great to see, and then keeping her eyes downfield, seeing Gordon wide open on the left side was great reception. And just like her nickname says, Cyclone Gordon, spinning twice just for every little bit yard. It was a fantastic play.
Yeah, huge play for the Wildcats on that 3rd down as they creep just inside the red zone. It looks like we have a timeout from the Vixen. So they'll take their first timeout as they don't want that momentum to get rolling for the Wildcats. So they're going to stop them, kind of recoup, and figure out a new strategy for them to stop the Wildcats as they have been able to move this ball once again on this drive. That heat. I know I said at the beginning
we're gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah,
it's hot up here.
Right.
Yeah. Like our scoreboard guy is sweating. Like.
Not to call him out. No, I said at the beginning of the game the players are gonna be counting down the seconds till that sun disappears, but I take it back. I'm counting down the seconds till that sun disappears. I am cooking, and I feel so bad for all those players, but you know they're here to play the game they love. They're gonna play in just about any condition, and that includes the scorching heat tonight that we have here in the Salt Lake Valley.
Yeah, that championship game going to be played in Canton, Ohio. Definitely some better weather over there. Just got some, maybe looks like some low 80s for them, like when they play. So that'll definitely be. So as long as they just fight through this game, we can come out with the win and we can meet whoever in the finals.
Yeah, I would just about kill for an 80-degree weather right about now. Gates takes it. Airs out to Ronning under defense. Oh my goodness! What a grab! Oh my goodness! What a play! Wow!
Oh my gosh, she absolutely fought for that. That was beautiful. She read the pass. The pass was a little short. The defender wasn't even expecting her to come back up. She planted her foot, came up forward, grabbed the ball, and scored the TD.
The reaction time that is required is insane, and she is able to just grab that with her fingertips. Kind of comes off the. Absolutely a sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw the reception from Ronings, I stood right up. I totally forgot to announce it. I just went, whoa, oh my goodness. I was completely shocked. That was amazing football from Ronings.
Yeah, what an adjustment to make that grab as they scored their second touchdown. Her teammates absolutely just hyping her up, as they should, and the PAT was successful. So Wildcats taking an early lead here in this first half, 14-0. What a play. Great throw. I mean, it was just like you said, a little bit short, but gives her wide receiver an opportunity to catch it, and that's, at the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for. I feel like the Vixen can't feel too bad about allowing a play like that. I think the defender was right there, almost ready to make the pick, actually, and if a receiver can make that grab, it's kind of one of those, well, I did everything I was supposed to. In the end, there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I completely agree. There was nothing wrong that the defender did. Just almost saw the ball being aired out and just got to the spot to where the ball was going to be, and she did everything that she could, and it really is not her fault. It was just great football being played from Ronings, and her just adaptability is just insane.
And once again, that was Lexi Ronning with the catch for the second touchdown. Wildcats will kick off once again here. Vixen to receive. Devi 2 for 2 on PAT so far. This one's a low kick. Rolling, picked up at about the 15 to 18-yard line. Running, she's got speed. Oh no! She's going to take this one right back to the house. And the Vixen are going to answer immediately. Takes the gap, gets to speed, and brings it home for their first touchdown, their first score of the night. The perfect response to what was a great catch and a great touchdown. Vixen go and get their own touchdown.
I mean, she just read that beautifully. She saw all of our players coming up a little bit towards the middle, not enough on the outside, and she just read that perfectly. Like got a good block, blew right past them, and just brought it all the way to the house.
That was Jackie Radford with the return touchdown, and a massive moment for the Vixen as they bring it back to one possession game. That was a very short-lived 2-possession game there. Didn't even need to have a drive this time. Vixen go for their PAT, and that one is plenty good. So 14-7. Like I said earlier, this game is going to be a close one. Score lines can change so fast. That's the perfect example of that.
Best thing for our Wildcats to do here is just brush it off. It is unfortunate, and it does hurt seeing that go all the way down. But just know that we are capable of the same thing, and if not, then our offense is more than capable of scoring a touchdown. Keeping our head high, especially because we're still in the lead. like low stress, just keep playing and just keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah, they allowed another kick return touchdown several weeks ago when they were playing against the Cali War here at home. It took them a sec, but they were able to shake it off and eventually get the win. But that is kind of a stunner play. That is definitely tough. You score, you're feeling good, you're getting ready for your defense to go out on the field. All of a sudden, bam, other team gets the touchdown right back, and it just messes with the mentality a little bit. But they'll definitely fight to get back and take control of the game once again. Vixen going to take their first kick of the game. This one's a big boot. Wow. Lands just short of the 10, bouncing up. She's going to pick it up. She's going to run and hit hard. That's Devi, our kicker, who gets just past the 25-yard line. That ball almost went out of bounds, which would have been a big penalty, but that bounce is very unpredictable and actually not a terrible choice, but you do wonder what would have happened if you just let that ball go dead. So
honestly, a great call. I mean, a football is not round. It is an obscure shape, and it can bounce and roll in many different directions just depending on where it hits. Definitely the correct call to pick that up. I mean, she gave us great field position, and unfortunate that we didn't get the penalty, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah, that ball is treacherous. Handoff, Gordon gets a good gain on that one, 7 or 8 yards, so good start for their drive.
Right now we are 2 for 2 for 2 drives and 2 touchdowns. So hopefully we can keep that trend going and get a third, because as much as I love a good close game of football, I definitely like to sit back in my seat a little bit more comfortable when I'm cheering for for the Wildcats, as that Cali War game we were on the edge of our seats that whole time.
Yeah, it will be nice 2 weeks from now when that game's played in Canton and some actual professionals will be talking through that game, because if you've been tuning in the last couple weeks, I'm sure you're ready for a change of voice.
Yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm in college, I think we try our best. I think we're doing a great job.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Wildcats 3rd and 2. Handoff, Gordon outside, stopped. Not able to get back to the original line, I believe. Might be a loss. They did have some forward progress, actually, so I think it'll be 4th and 2 for them. But a huge play for them, as if they go for it and are unsuccessful, this gives the Vixen a pretty great field position to start a drive, and they absolutely do not want that. Looks like we're going to have an injury timeout, though, as a Vixen player is slow to get up. That looks like Red Bryant. Very slow to get up. And, I'm wondering, Ty just said he wonders if that's heat exhaustion. I think you could be right on. That definitely is a worry for us tonight.
Just the way she was kind of positioned and just the way that she went down, she just laid down and wasn't hit. I'm sure like that heat, like we said earlier, it's just gonna play a factor, and hopefully she can rehydrate, cool down, and get back out there.
Gets up pretty quickly, so that's a good sign for her. Both teams gonna take this as an opportunity to talk things over and trying to drive a good play for either side of the ball here. Massive opportunity for both sides on this play. Clock has ticked beyond the half point of this quarter, so we're getting down into the end of this first half. Gates going to drop back, pass out early, incomplete. Just trying to find Archuleta. Gates is a little disappointed with herself on that one. And big opportunity for the Vixen here. It does feel like they've got the momentum on their side right now. They definitely want to even things up here before the end of the half, and they've got a perfect opportunity for that right now.
Maybe just a little bit of miscommunication there as she just aired it out behind Archuleta, but brush that off as we're going to have to definitely lock in and focus as the Vixen get some pretty good field position, and hopefully we can stop them like we have been so far this game.
Vixen take over in their best field position of the night so far at the Wildcats' own 35-yard line. Wildcats fans getting loud, wanting to help their team out. That pass is going to be aired out and not quite complete there. Looks like second and 10 after the incompletion. What do you think the Vixen do on this drive? They haven't been able to score on a drive itself so far. Their only touchdown coming from the kick return, of course. What are you trying to adjust here to make something happen?
Those biggest things is just passes, as their short passes work so well in the beginning of the game. You have so much time here. Take time. You've got a great field position, and just really make sure you read the defense and keep
They're going to not take your advice there and take a handoff, so that's going to be good for 4 yards, 25, leading to a third down and medium or so. Maybe this is now where they take your advice and go for those short passes. This would be a good chance for them to do so.
Definitely curious to see what they do with third and long. I mean, especially if they get that fourth down, though, I can't see them not going for it.
Yeah, this is a tricky spot right here in particular. It's a little long for field goal. And there's that short pass you were talking about right across the middle. With the forward progress, she got awful close as they're going to mark her. They might bring out the chains to measure it. Yep, they're going to – nope, it's good for the first down, actually. Let me correct myself. So really close, but it is good for the first down. Massive opportunity. Once again, they get just inside the red zone here. First time for them on the night. Like you said, they need to score. Whether it is settling for a field goal eventually, if that comes to that, they want to get points on the board. They want to respond to this opportunity that's before them. Handoff. It takes a lot to bring her down eventually, but that was Johanna Vermeulen with the run, and a pretty solid one. Good for 5 yards. Didn't really have a clear line of passage for her that time, but just sheer strength is going to take her all the way for the 5 yards. So at the 20-yard line now, they have a good chance for something here. Aaron Kelly in the backfield. Back with her, looking to her left, throwing to her left. Ooh, receiver eventually gets away and open, but that pass is just a little long. She kind of held her arms out, maybe hoping for a penalty, but not going to be awarded one this time. The target was Jackie Radford this time.
Not sure what the arm flailing was about, but maybe just a little bit of hand touching and try to get that PI. I mean, I don't blame her. I would do the same thing.
I would assume she saw that ball was going too far for her, and so thought might as well try and make something. Handoff cut. She probably should have continued on that left outside part, but good first cut. Cuts back inside, and she was shifty. That's Ray Jefferson with the carry and another first down. Just moving along pretty smoothly so far. Looking pretty dangerous.
Maybe I just love football, but I feel like we're seeing some great plays from the players today. Like a lot of these cuts, a lot of these kind of turnbacks and spins. Very impressive night from both of these teams.
100% agree. I think lots of skills being displayed so far tonight. Handoff once again to her. She gets up to speed quickly, but this time not able to get moving as well. Decent gain for him, though. Wildcats make the stop inside their own 10 at the 7-yard line. Second and 5. Clock is starting to tick down. I think if the Vixen are able to punch this in here shortly, Wildcats would have a 2-minute drill on their hands. Looks like a similar play. This time, 81 wide open, but goes for the middle, and that pass is eventually dropped. I don't know if it was ever actually in hands. Looked like the outside player was more open this time. Once again, Radford was, I think, probably the better target.
Wasn't sure if it was Celestino or number 7. They got their arm in there and they knocked that ball out. It was a great ball. I believe watching the replay right now, it was number 5. Yeah, Celestina, doing great. That was some great coverage.
Yeah, Gates also pulled up late to give some help there, so good opportunity for them. I'm not sure what's going on here. The referee's having some discussion. Play will resume here shortly. Yeah, it appears just some miscommunication, but the clock gets ticking once again. 3rd and 5 at the 7-yard line. And they are just going to let it tick down to the 2-minute timeout. Maybe they are realizing, hey, if we're going to score this, we kind of want to take up as much time as we can. Obviously, priority 1 is get in the end zone first. But if you can't eat away at the Wildcats' opportunity to turn around and score themselves, you're going to do that on top of it.
I thought we were about to see a trick play there. I thought they were gonna hike that ball, act like nothing's going on. I don't know if anyone watched Adam Sandler Longest Yard. I was kind of thinking back to that trick play where I thought they were just gonna be like, oh, nothing's going on, and then hike. I really thought that was happening, but definitely not a bad strategy. I mean, our Wildcats are very capable of scoring touchdowns quickly, so I don't blame them for trying to eat some time up.
Yeah, so the Vixen, I wouldn't have been surprised if they had whipped out that trick play, honestly. I do want to note, our football knowledge does strictly come from the longest yard. That's our only experience with football. So if we're saying something, you're like, what are they on about? Yeah, you know why now.
It's Longest Yard and Remember the Titans. That's pretty much where all, left side, right side, Right, that's where my football knowledge, I watched a different type of football.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that redeems us a little bit maybe. Waterboy, too. I don't know if we want to throw that one out there. But we've got some ball knowledge.
Yeah, no. Waterboy for our defensive ball knowledge,
Right. It's questionable, but it's ball knowledge. We've got 2 minutes here after that brief timeout. If you're just joining in, the Wildcats lead 14-7, but the Vixen are approaching their second touchdown here on 3rd and 5. Quarterback takes the snap, fake handoff, passes quickly and unable to find her target. That's going to be 4th down.
All right, fans, let's get loud for our Wildcats.
Defense.
And once again, we're faced with a very big 4th down. It can sway this game heavily, and we're gonna see the timeout once again from the Vixen. They really need to come up with a massive play here. Something, it could be one of their trickeries. whatever it is, they need at least 5 yards. They'd like 7.
I'm almost not sure like what they're gonna do here. I feel like a trick play would benefit, but those are always just so risky, and they need points. It's 4th down. I almost thought we would see some special teams come out, just take the easy 3, come up to 10. You're only 1 point behind, but it seems like they want to go for the 7. Definitely a little bit of a riskier play. I mean, watching them now in the film that we watched, we know they are more than capable of it. Definitely, if I'm one of the Wildcats, I'm wanting to keep my eyes on the running back. It seems like she's the one that's being hit for the routes the most, and she's been kind of touching the pigskin the most here.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they go for just the first down? I mean, obviously, there's not much that separates that first down in the end zone itself. It's as a Wildcat, you kind of have to prioritize the end zone, but if you allow the first down, even if you are able to make the stop, you're kind of the touchdown feels all but inevitable at that point.
Yeah, definitely just wanting to keep them here. If I'm a Vixen, I'm wanting to score. I think the difference is 3 yards or 2 yards. It's nothing crazy, so definitely just gonna want to punch it in. Both teams, I'm sure, expecting that.
Here we go. Got 3 receivers, 2 on this near side. Now 2 on the outside. Throws to the middle and bounces off her hands. I mean, it had to be a bullet pass when you're passing into the middle. We've talked about how that can be dangerous. She did find her hands, but she's unable to bring it in. That's, once again, Radford is the target, and they can't complete the pass needed for the first down, needed for the touchdown. So Wildcats going to take over.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play from Archuleta. As soon reading that play and staying so close to number 81, as soon as that ball was in the air, she kind of stuck her hands out and around and gave the receiver enough room to avoid the PI. But that was some great defensive play.
Yeah, as soon as that ball was going towards her, she was there, ready to make the stop. Even if Radford was able to bring that down in, she wouldn't have gotten into the end zone. So good stop for the Wildcats. They're going to take over, but they are in kind of a dangerous spot here. They've got plenty of time if they are able to get the ball moving. I think they just used a timeout now, so they're down to 2. But 2 timeouts, just under 2 minutes. If they can get to the outside, they will like that for sure.
2 timeouts left, a little under 2 minutes. This is going to be a more difficult one with how much yards they have to go, but it's going to be a very interesting 2-minute drill for them to see what they have in store for us. I feel like we're going to see a lot of running here. I don't know why. I'm just kind of getting that feeling.
I mean, when the Wildcats have the ball, we usually do.
That might be why.
That could be it. You never know, but you have your suspicions. Wildcats would love to just get a big breakaway play. We haven't seen too much of that today or 2 weeks ago from them, which is a little bit different from what they're used to. They are used to getting those massive running plays, those occasional big passing plays too, and both the teams that they faced in recent times have been able to stop those, so they would love to get that going for them again. I'm guessing we see some decent passing on top of their reliable running too, though. They wanted to kind of preserve the clock, I'm guessing. Here we go back. This time pitch outside. Gordon getting up to speed and getting outside for a quick gain. Real quick.
Passion ended up taking the win. They are Canton bound, so the winner of this game will see them in Ohio.
Yeah, that's the Pittsburgh Passion. Do we have a final score from that game? We will get that to you when that's available to us. But it's exciting to see who will face off 2 weeks from now in Ohio. Second and 4 after the first pitch. Gates dropping back, throws outside, and that pass just wasn't on. And Gates, you can see the frustration from that one. She wants that one back for sure, but they'll move on. They'll try something else. Her and Archuleta are a great combination, quarterback to receiver, and so I'm sure we'll see some more connections even on this drive, but if not, in the second half. Archuleta did well to get outside and get open. Probably would have been good for the first down and then maybe some more. She had some good distance between her and her defender. This is going to be another pitch. Gordon's going to cut back, and the ref's going to see that one as she did get her hands up on Gordon's face. So she's not going to get this play to the first down, but with the penalty, that'll take them across and move those chains once again. Yep, that is a face mask penalty, a big one. That's the second for them, both on Gordon so far, if I recall correctly. I mean, maybe it's because she's a little smaller, a little shiftier. It's hard to, you just got to get hands on her, and sometimes that's, the hands get up on the face, and
it's just unfortunate. You can see the frustration from that Vixen player. But, I mean, it just seems like she wanted to turn around and just kind of have an arm on her, which I don't blame her because you want to stop, like, the run play. But you just have to just be a little bit more aware of height and where your arm is going.
Yeah, so that is a big penalty. Once again, Gates drops back, airs it out, and nearly picked off into the double coverage. That's Britt Peterson there to break up the pass and nearly catch it for herself. Going back to that penalty, though, that changes things massively. That basically is the difference between the drive living on and being ended short. I mean, they most likely would have wanted to punt there in such a dangerous spot, and instead are able to get the first down.
Yeah, the penalties is definitely going to be the biggest thing that I will, like, if I was the Vixens head coach, especially these face masks. You want to make sure that you are tackling low. It's safe. It's safe for you. It's safe for the person you're tackling. It's just definitely just the way that you want to do it.
Ooh, and a big sack. Wow, that's huge. Alicia Noble with the sack. Big tackle for loss. Gates is a little slow to get up. She was hit hard there. And there's that blitz that you've been talking about. We're going to get an injury timeout, I believe, to check on Gates after that big hit. So actually, let me correct myself. The Vixen actually took a timeout. They're seeing this drive not going anywhere and wondering, hey, do we have a chance to score themselves,
Definitely a little interesting. Hopefully Laura will be all right. The trainers and her brother checking up on her. Timeout definitely a little confusing since it's not the Vixen's ball. But, they don't have any more for the rest of this half. So definitely just a little abrupt. But, I mean, if they have something to talk about that they think is important for the players to hear, it's definitely your job as the coach to make sure your players know. It'll be definitely interesting. 3rd and long here for our Wildcats.
Yeah, once again, Alicia Noble was the one that broke through the line immediately and didn't even give Gates a chance to get that ball away or to try and use some quick feet to escape it. So she's taken down. This would be a huge loss for the Wildcats. Gates is obviously their starting quarterback and has been so good. She's a team captain, and she's also one of their best defensive players as she plays a great safety, makes a lot of good plays on defense, leads the league in interceptions. So Wildcats really hoping that she's okay, able to brush this one off. She's sitting up, so I'm wondering if she just got roughed up, maybe lost the wind or something. They're going to tend to her for a moment. Ty, what's your play of the half so far?
Play of the half so far. That's a great question. It'll honestly, like, the first one that is really coming to mind is Lexi Ronings. Like, that was such a cool play to watch. Just as, like, I mean, maybe it was in the back of my head, but I was a little worried seeing that defender there with the pass, like, coming up just a little short. But Ronings read that beautifully and punched it into the touchdown, too. So, I mean, it was just a win-win-win for us there. How about you, Mace?
Yeah, that's definitely a great choice and definitely a contender, if not the go-to. I'll say something different. I would say that kick return, that house call, that was massive. I mean, because it did follow that Ronning touchdown right away, I think that's, a big part of why that stood out so much to me, on top of the fact that it was a, 70-yard return. So it could have been more. It definitely could have been more for sure. So I think those two back-to-back massive plays, one on each side, I think that's a huge indicator of what kind of game we've got on our hands, and a huge reason to stick around for the second half. Gates is up, getting helped off. She is walking, but does have some support, so I'm guessing she's going to come out at least for a moment, maybe just see through the rest of the half, and then we'll see if she comes back later on in this game. But big loss for the Wildcats, and a tackle for loss too on that sack. So Wildcats not in the best spot here at the close of this first half. In games past, we've seen Brielle Lampright take the helm of quarterback, and it looks like we've got that once again. She's very capable on her feet, but we haven't seen too many running plays from her. And Wildcats going to take their own timeout. So a little back and forth on the timeouts so far. I think the referees, ended up just giving that timeout to the injury, so actually a Vixen timeout this time around. Finally their third timeout, so just over a minute left.
Definitely going to be an interesting watch these last minute. I mean, Gates playing two humongous roles for the team on both sides on defense, as you mentioned, leading with interceptions, and then I mean, it's always nerve-wracking to replace your starting like QB, as your team is comfortable with her, and she's the one that you guys practice with the most. Haven't seen Lambright's QB capability, but I don't doubt it. She's a very athletic girl, and we'll see what happens.
I will say Gates is actually in that huddle, and looks like she's making her way out to the field, so able to bounce back. I do wonder if, she just got a little roughed up, needed a breather for a sec. Do not blame her in the slightest as she pitches it out to Gordon. Gordon cutting in, out, and muscling her way back up to about the initial line of scrimmage. So an 8-yard gain there, but she didn't get out of bounds, and I think maybe at this point the Wildcats are okay with that. They're going to let the clock bleed, and the Vixen have no way to stop it. No timeouts left. So this may see out just about the rest of the half. We haven't seen the Wildcats bring out their punt team, so I'm wondering if they just let this clock go, take the timeout, and then send out the punt team. I mean, at that point, you've got, 20 seconds left or so. So it seems to be the case here. And they do take the timeout. So, 21 seconds remaining. And I do wonder if they will punt. It's 4th and 10. You just don't want to give the Vixen a chance. And I don't know if they're feeling a little hesitant, for lack of a better word, to put the ball in the air from a kick after that kick return. I wouldn't blame them if they do, but I think they're feeling okay. They're going to bounce back from that one, essentially. And so we'll see what happens here, though. They could be trying to do something, get the 10 yards and then see the half out. Ties, Hail Mary, it's going to happen one of these days. Maybe not today, maybe not in 2 weeks.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next season, though.
I almost wonder if they're almost just a little shooken up just with Laura going down and just that big loss of yards. The momentum definitely does seem a little bit on the Vixen side, even though they are losing. Just wouldn't be surprised if we just saw a run play here, just let the clock run out, and just see everyone back in the second quarter as the Wildcats will start with the ball.
Yeah, that is a good point. Them taking over the second half. Oh, Gates actually going to punt it herself. So Wildcats' own bit of trickery this time as the ball bounces and eventually rolls out of bounds just short of Vixen 30-yard line. That's going to eat up about 8 seconds on the clock, so 13 seconds for the Vixen. Maybe they try something. They might also just call it a half and regroup inside the locker room, cool off, you know. That's much needed for all those players.
Stadium shade just keeps growing, and I'm sure the players are appreciating it. Almost curious to see. As the Vixen, got a lot of yards, don't have a lot of time. I'm not going to risk injury or like exhaustion, and I'm just going to run it up the middle and just let the clock run out. It'll be very interesting to see what play they do here.
Yeah, plenty of receivers available to her. They are going to take this snap. She's going to throw across the middle. Oh, and what a pass breakup. Making a big stop. Fortunately, our roster does not have number 20 on there. It sounds like it's maybe just a little outdated, so apologies for that. We don't know who that was, but massive play for her. She really got there in just the nick of time and broke that pass up comfortably. They're going to try another one. Spins away from the pressure. Evades the first tackle, but eventually brought down for the sack, and that'll take us to the close here in the first half. She's almost wanting maybe a penalty or something, but not going to get it there. So big stop for the Wildcats. Going into this halftime break, up 14-7 Wildcats to the Minnesota Vixen.
This group right here, all around, is football. We're all football players. Y'all are football players, okay?
Down. Taziela's going to go straight ahead. Got a receiver caught. Touchdown. They're back by him. What a catch. Houdini acts for a sideline. She breaks another tackle. They've got one for the
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight.
That's something.
The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
And as we can see, the future of technology is with us. You might be thinking, Doc, this is truly amazing. And we got.
Hey, is the projector ready? Come on, time for a team meeting.
Welcome to the Road to Canton Halftime Show. I'm Brian Sweeney, the voice of the Women's Football Alliance Pro Division National Championship game. I'm joined as always by Alex Wested, and we have made it to the Conference Championship weekend and the final stop on the road to Canton. The final 4 teams are ready to battle it out for a chance at a national championship in Canton, Ohio. In the National Conference, the DC Divas look to make it back for the 2nd consecutive season and win their first championship since 2016. Alex, what do the Divas need to do to beat the Passion today and make it back to a national championship?
Well, I think the recipe for them being able to get past Pittsburgh again is remarkably similar to what we've seen from them in the past. It's another good game from Amanda Congialdi. You talk about how she's performed down the stretch here. She's been impressive, not just this season as well, but last season. I think that quarterback rating's over 100 in both those seasons for DC. But I think the biggest thing that the Divas need to do is continue to be creative. When you've seen a team 2 times now, you've won once on both sides of that ledger, both on the road. I think the biggest thing that needs to be done for DC is just to be a little more creative, open up the playbook a little bit more, and show Pittsburgh something that they haven't yet so far.
And you talk about what they've seen so far. No 2 teams in the WFA see each other as frequently as the Divas and the Passion do.
Well, regional proximity, I think, is a big part of that. The other part of that just comes from the quality of play that they have. These are 2 good teams, 2 good quarterbacks, and Pittsburgh and DC rivalries go long across all sports. And this one has really evolved into a new spot here in 2026 where these teams have been so neck and neck that they continue to be coin flip games every time they play.
And the Divas are scoring twice as many points as they're giving up this season.
And that's a testament to the defensive quality that they have, and they have a tough schedule that goes along with that. When they have a defense that is as strong and consistently so in the WFA, it bodes well for them, knowing that they don't have to go chase ball games. They don't have to go get into a track meet in a ball game. They can if they have to, but they don't need to, and that's the most important thing for DC this year, is they haven't had to.
The Minnesota Vixen are looking to get back to Canton, Ohio for the first time since 2022. They have appeared in the national championship game the first 2 seasons in Canton, Ohio, but have yet to return. In the first round of the playoffs, the Minnesota Vixen had a slew of trickery up their sleeves. Do they have enough left in them to get past the Wildcats?
Well, the biggest thing for me for Minnesota, there's going to be a regression. You and I on the broadcast of that game said that it was as perfect of a game as Minnesota's had since we've been covering this league. There's going to be a regression. I think it's tough to play at a high level like that 4 consecutive weeks in a row. But I think that what we're seeing out of the Minnesota Vixen is they have enough on all 3 sides where they can contend with just about anybody. I mean, we've seen that over the course of this regular season. The only team that stopped them maybe a little bit so far is the St. Louis Slam.
And they're the only team with over 1,000 yards on the ground and 1,000 yards in the air this season.
And the biggest thing that I mentioned in the game against St. Louis was the loss of Paige Kuplik. That didn't matter for them against St. Louis because you had other players come in and step up into that role. Joanna Vermeulen filling into that role as that feature back was excellent in that game, but being able to use Jackie Radford in those sweeps, in those end arounds, was a good addition to the Minnesota offense that kept the St. Louis Slam guessing. And I really like to see that again as they go on in this conference championship matchup against Salt Lake, because they'll need to do that. They'll need to keep the Wildcats guessing over the full course of that game.
Erin Kelly played almost a perfect game against St. Louis at quarterback. She's the 2nd most touchdowns thrown this season in the WFA. However, she also is number 2 in interceptions.
And that's, we've talked about it before. It's the rough with the smooth. And in the game against St. Louis, Erin Kelly played well. The throws that were off were long, out of range for any secondary player to get to. And that's the most important thing for Minnesota. If you're going to throw interceptions, and Erin Kelly has consistently thrown interceptions over her time in this league. But if you're going to throw long, throw it away where only your receiver has a chance to get to it. That may be the key for Minnesota against a Salt Lake secondary that thrives when the ball is thrown in a bad spot.
For the 3rd straight season, the Pittsburgh Passion are in the National Conference Championship and looking to get to Canton, Ohio for their very first visit. Last season, Pittsburgh missed a shot at the National Championship game by 1 point. Can they avenge that loss to DC this year?
It's definitely possible, and when you look at the way that home field has gone back and forth in this series, Pittsburgh is thrilled that they're hosting this game in the Steel City coming up, well, today, of course. I think the biggest thing for Pittsburgh when they look at this game is you have to be able to put yourself where in a spot, like we said last year, where Makai Chavez doesn't have to play hero ball. And what we've seen out of Pittsburgh all season long is they have the depth. They have the talent on all three aspects of the game of football, where Chavez doesn't have to play hero ball. The running game has been significantly better. The passing game has been significantly better. And the defensive side of things has been consistent and, most importantly, to my eye, healthy. So do they have the ability to? It's tough to say that they don't. But of course, DC continues to be that thorn in their side. We'll see what happens.
And this is the 10th meeting between these two teams since Road to Canton premiered in 2021.
And familiarity breeds contempt. We know that across all sports. The biggest thing that I see with that is the team that stays the most composed and within themselves is going to have the best chance to win in this game. Like I said with DC, if Pittsburgh can open up their bag of tricks just the same, it might go well into leading their offense to victory.
The Salt Lake City Wildcats are looking to do something that no other Women's Football Alliance team has ever done. Win a Pro Division championship the year after winning the Division II championship. Nevada, Mile High, New York, and Nebraska have all won Division II championships in Canton, Ohio. None of them have returned since those victories.
And Salt Lake is different in that they find themselves with the unique combination, again, as we've said all season long, of youth but experience. This game against Minnesota, which now in the Pittsburgh DC game, you're watching that, that's one thing. But here in the halftime of the Minnesota Salt Lake game, you might be watching that and say it's preposterous. This is going to be the toughest test for Salt Lake that they've had as a program, because Minnesota provides unique challenges. The biggest thing I saw out of the Salt Lake Wildcats in their game against Cali in last week's game was that they didn't start with pace. And that's the biggest thing that Salt Lake knows, is that they are a second half team. Cali kept the game close. Salt Lake didn't execute well in the first half. They could have gotten way ahead of the Cali War, having played them now 3 times in a row, but they didn't. And so for a matchup where Minnesota starts fast, Salt Lake starts slow, you could be in a spot here when you get to the later stages of that game where Salt Lake may have to play catch-up, a spot that they're not used to being in. But that's a big if.
When Salt Lake was a D2 team, they allowed an average of 9 points per game. At the pro level, that number's dropped to 8.
And I think part of that, again, just comes with who they have played at the pro division level. But Cali, again, I think those games with the Cali War don't necessarily align with what that final score indicated. Cali is in those games, but they shut them down. They regularly shut them down in the game, and that's important to recognize.
Laura Gates, 15 touchdowns as a D2 team, 15 still as a pro-level team.
And probably could have done a lot more in that time. She's so talented on both sides of the football. And when you talk about this being her team, because it is, she owns it, but she becomes a leader in that role. She becomes a person who takes responsibility and holds accountability, where everybody talks about Sam Gordon, but Laura Gates deserves all the praise in the world for being the leader that this Salt Lake team is needed.
Last weekend, Alex, I went 4-4. You went 3-1. There's only 2 games to pick this week. Who do you have? DC at Pittsburgh.
I think in a matchup where there have been road wins in both of the first 2 games, I think that trend ends here. I think Pittsburgh by less than a touchdown. This is going to be a real close game, pillar to post.
What about Minnesota at Salt Lake?
The Minnesotan in me suggests the idea that after a big emotional win in Minnesota sports, there's always a letdown. This is probably the letdown for Minnesota. I take Salt Lake here, but the storyline becomes Minnesota jumps out to an early first half lead. Salt Lake comes back. That's the dance that they've been on. I think the Wildcats return to Canton.
Tonight, the road to Canton will end for 2 teams, and 2 teams will march on to Canton, Ohio for a chance at a national championship. Thanks for tuning in each week this season. As always, Alex and I look forward to seeing you on the concourse in Canton, Ohio. Enjoy the rest of tonight's game, and we'll see you next time on the road to Canton.
To her left, has time, throws on the run to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown! Pittsburgh TD!
The athletes, they're the backbone of this whole league, and they're just amazing people. They've got amazing stories.
Barrett in the pattern, they're looking for her, able to bring that one in, Brianna Barrett. My goodness.
I never thought I'd be here. I feel like the best things in life are things that come to you unexpected. So it's been a great journey for me.
I know this is where I'm supposed to be.
Caught touchdown, Jada Meister.
Essentially is true of breaking barriers, right?
She could go all the way, and she does. Touchdown.
We're shattering the glass ceiling.
Great pass up in the air. Touchdown.
All of the women role models that we look up to are all women who did things that were not expected.
They realize they're pioneers. They realize that the trail that they leave is going to be a path that a young girl can follow. It gives you hope. They believe in themselves, I believe in them, and Frank will believe in all of us, so it just goes with the territory.
LFG 2026.
Shout out to James.
Yeah.
Wildcats. Very fun first half to watch. Definitely going to see if the players respond to what the coaches kind of talk to them. I'm sure there was a lot on kind of both sides as it is such a close game, and we'll have to see what the outcome becomes.
Yeah, like you said, very close first half, and that's exactly what we expected coming into this one. It did feel a little bit unsure, I guess. Both teams haven't faced off in any way. There's no similar opponents, really. And so, while we did expect a close game, this far into the playoffs, into the season itself, you're probably going to have close games, right? There's not going to be many blowouts. But it was a little unsure as how this game would play out. But so far, we've got a pretty good back and forth. Wildcats leading by 7. And they'll take the ball here to start us off here in the third quarter.
They all look rested. No one's sitting on the sideline, laying out, pouring water on their heads. I'm sure they appreciated that halftime as much as they can to try and cool off.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Kickoff here, Devi able to make a kind of a crazy catch. Avoids that first tackle, kind of a push more than a tackle. But able to get just short of the 25 there. So well done, honestly, from the Vixen to get down to the field quick and to make the stop. That shade finally creeped over the vast majority of the field here, and that's going to be nice for all of them. That turf, dude, that thing Heats up, yeah. That black turf starts to get toasty. Even extra heat added onto the, what did we start, 99 degrees when we kicked off? So.
Yeah, I mean, second half is just a different ball game, you know. Cooler weather, refreshed energy, you know. Now you know kind of how the team plays.
And the pitch this time is going to be very successful. Good blocking to give Gordon the places to weave in and out of, and they'll get the first down. Once those lights turn on the field, that just gives me a different level of energy, a different level of excitement for the game. There's nothing that beats it.
Saturday night lights, folks. It's fantastic. We all love to watch it. I mean, the girls love to play. Like, it's just so much fun. We get some shoe tying going on for, I believe, Gordon. Looks like she's not a bunny knot person like me. She's swooping.
Yeah, the faster one probably.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it takes me like a minute to do her shoes.
Pitch outside Gordon once again. Back-to-back pitches this time, going on to the far side. Gain of 4, so they're liking that play early in the second half.
During the halftime, folks, a lovely parent came up to me and told me number 20 is Lavulo Haley, the one that broke up that amazing pass. It was some great defense, so we definitely wanted to give her a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to highlight when a player makes a good play, and shout out to the fan for that help.
Thanks for mom.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Great assistance there. Thank you.
Also, hello to Mr. Lavulo. Thank you for catching that for us.
They're going to go back-to-back handoffs, and this one not going to go anywhere, so we've got a third and 7. Looks like that one fell back a little bit, actually, so do want to highlight that Gates is still in the game. We had a brief worry there towards the end of the first half that she was maybe going to be ineligible to return, but they're going to go back to the pitch. Gordon dodges the first tackle, but eventually is stopped, and it sets up another 4th down. Vixen getting super hyped up from these stops, and rightfully so. That first pitch looked really good and went good for, 12-plus yards, but haven't been able to get the ball moving since, really. It sets up a 4th and 6.
Interested to see the Wildcats not punting. Maybe we'll see that trick play again where Laura punts it. 6 yards is definitely no joke. Definitely going to want to play a little bit careful as we are on the 40-yard line.
A little surprised they haven't looked to passing plays much yet, and you were right on. Gates is going to punt it herself. Big fortunate bounce for the Wildcats. Landed at the 40. It's going to roll another 20 yards and stop at the 20, so good punt for them, good choice. I think overall it's the safe option, and this particular time around that works out pretty well for them. So important punt. You know, sometimes a drive just doesn't work out for you, and a punt is a good kind of a momentum killer for the other team. They were getting, like I said, they were getting all riled up, hyped up that, you know, they're making these stops. So I think that's a good just kind of break, I guess, for lack of a better word, and just kind of diffuse things a little bit. So
yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, especially when it's a good punt like that, putting you on the 20-yard line is nothing to cheer about for sure. So definitely breaking up that momentum for sure.
Vixen line up for their first snap in the second half. And she had a pretty decent gap there formed on the line, but is met by several Wildcats, and they eventually make that big stop there. So looks like that was a joint effort from, I'm really sorry, I don't know if I'm going to say this quite right, Kawa'au. That's my best attempt. I apologize. Yeah. And Gates as well was there, so joint effort on that tackle. 3-yard gain here for the Vixen. Snap, handoff, breaks the first tackle, but not able to escape the second. Gordon just kind of dragging her down to the ground. She was kind of on the ground, and so Said, why don't you join me? So that's actually a very big play for the Wildcats to get that tackle for loss. Sets up a 3rd and long. Need a big stop here. Vixen need a big play here. Sends her back outside for the option, and the bullet pass in the middle is just a little behind the target, and it's going to fall incomplete, setting up 4th and long.
Seeing that punt team, makes sense for sure. They are so far into their own territory. Definitely gonna want to make sure this is as far away as possible. But we got to keep our eye out for that trickery. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. Vixen punts it off. Looks like it trails out of bounds.
It's hard to gauge exactly when that ball went out, but the referee's going to signal for it around the Vixen 45. Roughly, maybe adjusting that a little bit all the way up to the 40. So decent spot for the Wildcats to start off another drive. We go back-to-back punts, one each way. Shows a good defense, I suppose, right?
Defensive games are arguably maybe not as fun to watch, but they are so important, and they are just, maybe it's just because I like football. I think they're fun to watch, It's just a lot more aggression. It takes a little bit more of a tactical approach for the offense. They can't just run it. They can't just throw it. They got to play it just a little bit smarter.
I 100% agree. I think those unstoppable forces of good defense is fun to watch, especially, the more you come to know the game. Gates has a wide open target. Archuleta makes the catch. Big play for the Wildcats. Archuleta does so well to get away from her defender. Gates does just as good in finding her target, and that puts him all the way up to the 10-yard line for a 30-yard completion.
Whatever she was feeling towards the end of the first half, I don't think she's feeling it anymore. I think, especially with that big, deep throw, she's feeling on top of the world for sure. That was a fantastic play, a fantastic throw from our Wildcats.
Yeah, big play here to put them on the 10-yard line, 10 yards to go. Gates has 3 receivers here on this near side, gonna keep it. She's got space, trucks a first defender, and eventually gets out of bounds. With that forward progress, she gets to inside the 5, it looks like. So good run for her, getting ever closer to that goal line. 2nd and goal, but on the 4-yard line is huge for them. I would be absolutely shocked if they were unable to score on this one, but you never know.
I'm just going to knock on wood right now just in case. We don't want to risk the jinx for sure. Looks like we're set up for a run.
Lampright's going to take it and runs into several players, including Wildcats and Vixen, but able to get awful close. They're just creeping their way in. That run was good for about another 2 yards. They're 3rd and 2. They've been in this exact position before, and we know the results that time. They'll look to gain the same result once again. Gates handoff. Gordon is signaled a touchdown. It was very close, but the referees give it to her in the end. Touchdown, Wildcats. Very important plays for them. Get that score, get that lead built up. 20-7 feels a lot better if you're a Wildcat than 14-7 does. Debbie looking to go 3 for 3 on the PATs. Oh, and this one's blocked. That ball is live. And Wildcats going to tackle the Vixen player who recovered it in the end zone. So this time unable to convert the PAT. I don't know if that kick just came off a little low or if it was just a really good block, really good by the Vixen player to get in and stop that one. They rushed in for that one. So it looked to me like Noble was the one that blocked it in the end. Big play for them. I mean, I know it's only a single point, but in close games, that can come back to bite. So Wildcats still going to feel good about their lead, but they just won't be a touchdown. Vixen going to get something back at least.
Yeah, just watching so much football and we've seen a couple close games here like recently. Every point counts. You really don't want that to bite that in the butt. I mean, it's a pretty big ask, but 2 touchdowns is really not a super comfortable lead. I mean, like every touchdown 6 points, and they could come back and take the lead if they just had like an extra, if they had a 2-point conversion too. So definitely a lot of ways, and the light has not shut out for the Vixen yet. But they are gonna have to start putting in a little bit more aggression from their side, as that first drive they had to punt off.
Yep, Wildcats had a very similar scoring touchdown in the first half. And Vixen will hope to answer with the touchdown like they did in the first half as well on the kick return. Those 3 drives to start the second half took up about 7 minutes in this third quarter, so relatively quicker drives. Devi's kick goes up and caught about the 20. She's got a couple blockers, breaks the first tackle, spins, and is brought down. Once again, pretty good return. I think the Vixen have shown that they're very capable in returning that ball. I mean, obviously the touchdown, but that aside, they've started most of their drives roughly around this 40-yard line, which is a pretty decent place to be at.
And that's number 12 for them, Lundberg, giving him that great yardage like all game round.
Vixen handoff, cuts inside, but is taken down by the lineman. Yeah, it's kind of some miscomms there potentially, as she did kind of collide with a fellow Vixen, but a Wildcat is down on the ground. Never what you want to see is that Latika Thompson. Watch that playback to see what particularly caused the injury here. Looks like they were just kind of going at it, and eventually she was taken down to the ground and maybe landed on the side awkwardly. Hope that she's okay. She had some big plays in that first half. The near, ever so near one-handed grab. That would have been a highlight of the season for sure. And based on expressions, I'm not loving what I'm seeing. I mean, you never love to see a player slow to get up like that, but she is writhing around on the ground. It appears to be a leg injury of sorts. Several of the other Wildcats going to take this opportunity to take a breather. I mean, that sun going away is a big deal, but you know, they're still going to be cooking down there a little bit, and it's still going to be remnant from the first half as well. So,
Even with the shade and the sun setting, it is still a whopping 91 degrees. Still nothing but hot out here. Looks like Latika is able to sit up now.
Shout out the girls in the green jerseys for spraying down the players, giving them their water, you know. Those are some of the MVPs of the night, I think.
Those certainly are the MVPs, as, I mean, they're keeping our girls hydrated and healthy. I believe they also play for the league at just a younger age. I believe that's our 6th grade team.
Is it really? Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. And, I mean, that youth league that's been decently established here in the state is definitely fed into the players that are on the Wildcats. A lot of them grew up playing locally here, and that's why some of them are significantly younger than a lot of the league players, because as soon as they're, you know, graduating and moving on to the next phase, they continue to play. And so it's really awesome. You love to see that as the sport continues to grow. This is definitely not looking too good. They're just stretching her out, though, so potentially could just be some cramping. That would probably be best case scenario at this point. It's possible that, yeah. When it does feel like a leg injury of sorts, but walking pretty gingerly with some aid. You may not see her returning, at least not anytime soon would be my guess.
As the fans cheer her on to the sideline, we're happy to see her walking. Got the final score for the Passion versus the Divas, 35-23. A pretty close game, like on over there, on their end.
Yep. So once again, if you're just joining in, that's going to be the championship game. Winner of this game will face the Passion in Canton, Ohio, near the Hall of Fame, and lots to play for that reason. As this pass bounces off the shoe. Referees have not whistled that one dead, but eventually they do. Wildcats were getting very excited, thinking they had a chance to take that one home, but it was a forward pass in the end and is ruled a dead ball. I like that, though, that they were ready to pounce on that opportunity, and, you know, the refs did hesitate to whistle there, so they said, hey, I haven't heard the whistle yet. This ball, as far as I know, is live. I'm going to take this and go get some points.
One big thing that every coach, every football coach out there does love is you play till that whistle is blown. That play does not stop. The clock is, the down is not down until that whistle is blown. So you almost love to see that the Wildcats are taking that practice to heart.
It does lead to an incomplete pass, though, and 3rd and 9 on the handoff. She avoids the first tackle, second tackle, and eventually stumbles, not really even taken down on the 3rd one. But great play and a first down on that time. Do you want to make, oh, here we go, on a quick play. And running outside, eventually tangled up and taken down pretty hard there, actually, but good handoff for them. They're getting this ball going for them. That was Vixen player number 21, Vermeulen, who's a running back, and once again she's going to see the ball. And once again, Gordon's going to be the one to take her down, but not after some more yards. She's really a force right now.
Launching it down the field.
Yeah, she is. We also do want to make a correction. We had some mix-up with the roster earlier. We wanted to correct that. Number 54 for the Wildcats was Justine Larson. Apologies for that. We're amateurs. We're seeing another injury timeout. These poor players are just getting roughed up pretty good. I think she got up decently quick, so maybe it's just a moment of exhaustion or whatnot. But yeah, for those of you watching the World Cup, maybe it's just a hydration break, you know? I think you mentioned it in that first half, that heat exhaustion does start to catch up. You know, you do start to see more cramping, more just, you know, exhaustion-based injuries. And I really wonder if that's what that was just now. As they take this on 2nd and 1, pass in the middle, what a catch. That was awful low, and she's able to get down to the ground and beat the ball to it. That's a very impressive play this time around. Moves the chains, and they're just rolling. They're gonna keep this same pace. Handoff. She's got a blocker and able to get it into the touchdown. Big answer for the Vixen.
Touchdown, Vixen.
Massive play. Wow, they just really got that drive going exactly as they wanted. And that's going to be Jefferson eventually taking the ball and punching it in. She's actually listed here on the roster we have as a quarterback, so I'm wondering if she's the backup, but get some reps in as a running back and maybe other spots too. Here we go on the PAT. And this one, once again, very comfortable. She's got a big leg, doesn't she?
All right, this is where that extra point might take in effect. They are a touchdown away and an extra point to add on to steal the lead. So definitely, I'm sure in the back of the minds of our coaches and Wildcats, a great drive there from the Vixen, getting down really quick, and that might have been what they talked about during halftime. Is when you're in the red zone, don't let them get set. It's just so they can quickly punch it in. I believe that was number 21, the running back. Excuse me, folks. I'm just gonna say her first name, Joanna, for that final TD.
Yeah, the Wildcats seemed a little stunned towards the end there. I think they just aren't used to that sort of, you know, quick gain after quick gain, you know. I think it really just caught them off guard. They seemed a little mixed up there, so brilliant job from the Vixen to take advantage of that. As this is starting to turn into more of an offensive battle now, as it seemed a little more defensive in the first half and at the start of this quarter. This kick might go out of bounds. It's awful close, but eventually Devi gets it, drops it, picks it back up, and runs, got support, and just as muscling her way, eventually they're going to whistle her stopped beyond the 30-yard line. Maybe not the most straightforward return there, but able to make something out of it, and that's all that really matters at the end of it.
Hey, I'm sure the coaches and the players won't complain for being on the 30-yard line. That is a great return still. Some pretty good field position here as hopefully the Wildcats are able to bring it to the house.
The question is always, can you respond when you get the ball back, especially after a touchdown from the other team? Can you respond? Can you do something? Can you stop that momentum and take some for yourself? That's the question the Wildcats are asking right now as Gates takes it, Both her backs blocking for her, airs it out, maybe sooner than Ronning was ready for, as that pass is broken up. Vixen player Bostick, Candace Bostick, able to make that play. Big stop for the Vixen, as if Ronning does get that, if the Vixen player misses it, she's got only field ahead of her. I mean, no player in sight. I think she really, you know, that's either a pass broken up or a touchdown, really. Gates with time, airs it. Ronning unable to make the catch. Once again, she's the target. And Bostick able to make a stop once again. Back-to-back targets is always tough to, you know, you can kind of feel a little bit of pressure building if you're that player, but she does well this time.
See what the Wildcats have in store with us with 3rd and long. Definitely from here wanting to punt it away, so this is going to be their last chance to get that first down.
Yeah, if you go 3 and out, it's a tough look, but I feel like that you have to go. You've got to get rid of the ball. Late pitch with the option, and Gordon's trying to make something, but Vixen are all over that one. Player making the tackle is a little slow to get up. She may be taking an injury timeout here as well, so you know, eventually able to be helped up. That was Paige Condi with the stop there, and a big one. Wildcats wanted to utilize the option and eventually did, but Gordon had nowhere to go from the pitch, and that's just good defense. Vixen are reading those pitches well and not letting those be used too well. So Gates with the punt, and a pretty good one. She gets it off really quick, as Vixen broke through that line immediately, and that ball comes to rest at about the 37. So solid punt there. This quarter is back and forth, but big stops for the Vixen as they like their chances here to do what they just did on offense. We review. Let's review what possessions have looked like so far.
Possessions so far are pretty back and forth. Wildcats having 3 touchdown drives, 1 with no extra points, but they are having to turn it over either on downs or punted away also equally 3 times. So it's really an either or that for them. Vixen kind of having a similar one, but just pretty much just 1 less. They punted it off once so far, but had 3 turnover on downs. They couldn't quite punch it through the first down on those drives. No penalties for the Wildcats so far. I believe they do have 1. Vixen having about 6 or 7. So,
and there's another one just now. Yeah, that play was called dead from the false start. So on the Vixens, that's going to be 5 yards backwards. Make that 8 penalties. That is a big factor we'll definitely look at. We've already looked at, but we'll continue to review as the fake pass. She goes the opposite side and eventually stopped. So she's able to make up a little bit of that lost yardage from the penalty, but they've got 2nd and long still ahead of them. That's a little trick handoff that we knew that was coming from the Vixen. They utilize that pretty frequently, and it's a fun one to watch. The handoff is stuffed, and that looks like Latika Thompson making that stop. So notably, she's back in the game after coming out and walking very gingerly out. Be worried about her physical condition, but seems to be okay, so always a good sight to see. 3rd and 9 though. Big opportunity both ways. Wildcats got some pressure, pass gets away, And what a play for the Vixen.
Absolute dog coming from the Vixen. That was a fantastic throw.
That was a great throw and a diving catch to meet it at the end there is Jocelyn Tanner with the grab. Huge, big play for them, and they're gonna did what they did on the previous drive and go quick. Use the momentum. Don't let the Wildcats get set, don't let them feel comfortable. This puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely gonna have to lock in here for sure. They are deep into Wildcat territory. If they do get that extra point and that touchdown, they do take the lead away.
Hand off, up the middle, stopped. That's Mullen, the carry. A very solid gain this time. He's got about 5 yards to go for the first down. Third down, once again. We saw what they did on the last third down. They'd love to repeat that. Receivers on either side, pressure coming, pass in the middle, completed. And spinning and rolling, and they have figured out the offense. As those chains move once again.
Whatever was talked about during halftime, they have definitely applied to themselves offensively for sure. They are marching down this field.
This is a really good looking drive. Passing it out, aiming for the end zone, and unable to get there eventually. She wants the penalty, and she gets it. The inside referee eventually throwing that one, so I believe that's going to be a defensive pass interference, as the referees will talk that one over.
I'm not sure, but she did not turn her hips to look at the ball. She kept her hands on the receiver. Definitely not something you want to happen. You need to equally give that receiver a chance, funny enough to say, just because as a defender you just don't want them even close to it. But yeah, you just have to turn your hips, also look up at the ball. I mean, it's just not something that you want to do.
Yeah, we were chatting not too long ago about how costly penalties have been for the Vixen. Wildcats are going to take a turn this time, as the pass interference is good for the first down and gets them all the way up to the 11-yard line. Very dangerous spot. Vixen can take a lead here. Like we talked about, that blocked, I should say, PAT can play a very big role here. Minute remaining in the third quarter. Referees are still talking something over. Both sides going to take a chance to take a breather. Prior to this, the Vixen have just kind of kept the ball snapping and kept a quick pace. Just clarifying what the penalty was, it looks like. So we're going to reestablish where the ball is at. Get the chains set up. And here we go. First and 10 on the 11. 10 takes the snap, hands off, 34. It's just a brute force. Very difficult for Wildcats to bring down, as that's Jefferson with another carry, inching ever closer. And they're going to line up quick once again. They've got 3 yards to go. Or excuse me, 4 yards to go for the touchdown, 3 to go for the first. They're liking their chances. Repeat handoff. She's going to carry it again. Not as successful this time, though.
Alrighty, can the Wildcats show up here and stop them 2 more times before entering that touchdown? Definitely going to be a huge, huge feat if they can. as Vixen have a lot of running backs, a lot of people that can run through people. I believe it takes like 1 or 2 people to tackle 21 and 34, as they have that strength to break so many.
Absolutely. Third quarter comes to a close, though, so we'll have to figure out what this drive is going to end up with here in the fourth. As the ball is going to go to the other side of the field, they change sides. They only need 2 yards for a first down. They need 3 for the touchdown. Wildcats have a big hill to climb, essentially, on this if they want to try and make a stop here. It's not beyond their abilities, but it is a difficult challenge for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy. I mean, I'm sure the coaches are telling them this. Wondering if we're going to see a few blitzes here, as I'm sure Vixen will want to run it. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that cross in the middle with those little short passes that they're able to complete here. Interesting to see for sure as they walk down the field.
Yeah, they have looked to those quick bullet passes right down the center, like you said. That's been a kind of a consistent option for them so far in the game, and it's always it's a risk. I mean, you could say that about just about any play, but it is a risky one sometimes down the middle, and so far no big turnovers or anything massive in that way, so they're not afraid to keep utilizing it. I'd say on that note, it's worth mentioning that there have been no turnovers aside from turnover on downs so far in this game. That's pretty that's a standout thing. The Wildcats have done very well in enforcing turnovers and scoring off of several of those turnovers. Vixen have done well to keep the ball, and you could say the same about the Wildcats too. So both teams protecting the ball relatively well, which is important and a sign of good quality teams for sure. Here we go, third down. Time right in the middle, like you said, and it's going to be a touchdown as the Vixen tie it up 20-20. It was automatic, finding her in the middle. And a scary moment for the Wildcats, as they could go down for the first time this game if this kick is successful. It's exactly like you said. They went for that pass right in the middle. Quarterback had plenty of time and is able to find number 88. That's Edie Halverson with the reception and the touchdown. And this kick hits the upright and is no good. Wow. So we've got a tie game on our hands. Both teams missing their third PAT, and a 20-20 game here in the fourth quarter. Wow.
Get buckled in, folks. We have ourselves a ball game. Definitely not what we expected, as, I mean, the Vixen kicker, I mean, all game has been clearing these field goals. I wonder if the pressure just, sorry, not field goals, extra points. I'm wondering if the pressure just kind of got to her. She knows that this is for the lead. I mean, maybe just got a little bit too into her head. She's definitely going to want that one back, but best thing is to brush it off and lock back in, because now the Wildcats have the ball.
And there was no deflection of any kind. That ball was cruising, like you said. She's nailed these so far, and just a bit of misfortune for her, or fortune for the Wildcats, depending on how you look at it. But either way, we've got a tie game on our hands. Like you said, buckle in. You know, if you weren't on the edge of your seat before, you definitely are now. I was sweating before from the heat. Now I'm sweating out of nerves. Oof, my poor t-shirt.
I'd like to point out, folks, that Mason is wearing light gray, so pit stains are visible.
Yep, not getting away with anything. Kick goes up. Refs are blowing whistle here as there's a penalty. It looks like maybe one of the players went off a little too early there, potentially. Yep, false start on that one, so it's going to move it back and they'll try again. I didn't even see. Did you pay attention where that ball landed? Looks like it was caught at about the 34-yard line, so not the biggest kick that she's had so far tonight. So maybe a decent do-over is welcomed for the Vixen. This is Michaela Duraskova as the kicker. She'll get to kick another one here from the 30 this time. This one's going to go short. It's always a little scary, those floater ones. The ball's spinning like that. That little egg can do you dirty sometimes, but not the Wildcats' pace this time around. And they'll start at a good spot.
Fantastic field possession. I'm going to watch the replay here to confirm it, but I believe that was Archuleta that brought that in. Can't really tell too much. I believe we're waiting. There's just a few players. Oh, it was Haley Lavulo. Fantastic reception from her. Able to bring that in and give her team fantastic field.
Yeah, great catch from her. Important. Wildcats hand off to Lampright for a couple. Get the ball moving, and maybe they'll start. Another injury timeout this time around. Vixen player slow to get up, but help to her feet. Kind of seems like both teams reversed a little bit. Wildcats had the offense figured out on a couple good drives in the first half. Vixen struggled, but were able to get a score off a kick return. This time around, Wildcats struggling on most of their drives. They had one massive big passing play that got them to 10 yards from the end zone and eventually were able to run it in. Other than that, have no scoring drives this half, and honestly not very great drives in general. They'll look to get things back to where they want here at 2nd and 8. Handoff, Gordon tripped immediately, trying to strip the ball from her late, but she's got a good grip on it as we go to 3rd down. No gain really. Maybe a yard. On the 42-yard line, excuse me. 3rd and 7. They need this first down. They're at a less risky spot, you could say, for going on it on 4th down, excuse me. But they'd like to not do that as that pass is nearly picked off. That's Megan Dixon there to break up the pass and nearly catch it herself. Scary moment for the Wildcats, but their fortune shows this time around. Ronning coming in. I'm wondering if we're going to see a passing play here. Another one despite that scare. Feel like a broken record, but another big 4th down. These sway the game so much. Yates has got some time. Airs it out, and it's picked off. If she can return it, she's got a lot of time, some blockers as well, and eventually gets back to about where they would have gotten it had they just taken the turnover on downs anyways. But I think that it's just a big momentum builder more than anything, and Wildcats looking a little defeated right now, I'm going to be honest.
I mean, their heads are hanging so low. There's almost no energy coming from the sideline, hands on the hips. I would second that. They do look quite defeated. Definitely gonna have to get that energy up somehow. I mean, whether it's from the fans or whether it's from their coaches or just themselves, that interception definitely almost stabbing them. It feels like just not being able to get that long third down. And I mean, Vixen coming off 2 drives with a touchdown, so they are a threat.
They are absolutely a threat. Handoff, cuts inside. Brilliant block. And eventually taken down, but not before getting the first down. And that's, once again, a good play for the Vixen. They are technically the underdogs in this game. They're coming on the road all the way from Minnesota. That's what, 1,500 miles from here? I mean, traveling is always a tough thing. They get another good handoff, good for 7, maybe 8. I'm going to continue the pattern of going quickly. Takes the snap. Handoff once again. This time, this one's not going to go too far. Short gain. It's Tiffany Wright with the carry.
Defense. Sell out the Wildcats.
The crowd is definitely still alive, still cheering on the Wildcats. Not giving up. I mean, and they shouldn't, you know, it's a tied game. There's plenty of time left, plenty of opportunities, both sides of the ball. Quick throw in the middle, similar to their touchdown, and it's completed. Good enough for the first down.
They are so lethal right now. Like, everything is working for them. This has been 2, I mean, maybe even 3 very impressive drives from the Vixen. I mean, they found a groove and they are sticking with it, and I don't blame them. I mean, the pass, the run, it is all working out for them, and I mean, you can see the excitement on the other side of the field with all the players. I mean, it's like supporting them. It's honestly amazing to watch.
It really is. I think you nailed it on the head. It's a groove. It's exactly what it is. Once again, lots of time, going to air it out, but good coverage this time, and that pass was probably never going to be completed. So good stop for the Wildcats, finally able to get a good breakup, and the incomplete one leads to a 2nd and 10.
Definitely hearing some sort of play calling from the stands, wanting a blitz from the Wildcats.
Maybe they'll get what they want here. Ball in the 35. Wildcats potentially showing some pressure. Handoff right up the middle. Oh my goodness, look at that line. Just plowing. Wow, they just created a massive gap right in the center of the field. And wow, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see on a running play if you're a running back. Ooh, and a big stop there. Not letting her get anywhere, so massive play actually, and this leads to a 4th down. That is really important for the Wildcats.
You know, we love our 4th downs, Mason. I mean, we love our first of downs, of course, but 4th downs, I mean, tension is in the air. You can cut it with a knife. This is a huge 4th down, probably the most important of the game right here. This allows, I mean, the Vixen to enter red zone territory. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw one of those runs up the middle. Almost expecting it, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that short pass.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Those have been working for him. That didn't work that time, though, thanks to Ellie Biscara with a huge stop. Pass outside, and it's broken up. It's going to be incomplete. So a turnover on downs. Massive series of stops for the Wildcats. Wow, big plays. First, the trip up from Ellie Biscara. This time, a pass broken up that looks sure to be caught. They've caught just about all of those quick throws so far. And she was hit hard too, so Gates got the hit on her, but the initial defense was number 5 for the Wildcats. That's Sage Stewart. So well done for the Wildcats, and now they take over on their own 28-yard line. Need something on offense. Got a gap. Breaking speed. Oh, and just barely held on to her jersey. Very important that she did. Otherwise, with that speed, I think she's taken that one home.
I don't know if you can feel it in the air, Mason, but the excitement is electric right now. I mean, I stood up as soon as I saw that break come out from Sam Gordon. The fans are up on their feet. The opposing team's fans are also up on their feet. Everyone is in this game.
No one can sit down. Oh, no. Ball is lost. I think Gordon is able to jump on it. As that was nearly catastrophic after the big first down. But definitely not how you want to follow that up. Yeah, that's going to put him back a yard or two. 2nd and 11 now. Still, though, that first down was important. That's their first down here in a second. And they'll want to keep using that energy. It feels like this is anyone's game right now. Gates drops back, looks to running outside, pass is caught, and gains probably 8 yards, 9 yards, so that's going to move him up awful close to that first down. 3rd and 3 to go. Just shy of midfield. I'd love to get into Vixen territory. It seemed like their successful drives were kind of a slowly but surely manner, I guess. And I don't think that they're against that, you know? Pitch outside, good cut, but only able to basically get back to where they started. Maybe a very short gain now. So, just a gain of about 1. So, 4th and 2. Oh, man.
I just said it the last time, but now this is the most important 4th down, folks. It's going to keep changing. Every 4th down from here is the most important. It's such a close game. I mean, it is electric here.
Massive play ahead of us. Gates going to keep it. Nowhere to go and taken down for a loss and a turnover on downs. Vixen taking the ball back after the Wildcats fought so hard for it in the first place. We got to start watching that clock too. We saw how long the very end of the first half and second quarter looked. So 6 minutes may not seem like much, but with timeouts, with game clock stopping on things like change of possession, this is a long 6 minutes ahead of us. 6 minutes and 52 seconds to be exact.
I mean, I'm sorry to say, I'm almost surprised to see it. I thought that was a tush push, is what it looked like. I mean, a 3-yard tush push is not easy at all. I'm almost a little surprised to see that. I mean, the last one was really successful, but I mean, I would have just given it to Gordon or like Lambright to punch it in.
The QB sneak is unsuccessful. This is a big opportunity and a huge tackle for loss. She almost spun away and got away with that. That's Archuleta making the stop, but getting a little injured in the process. Huge play for the Wildcats. Sending it back about 10 yards, setting up a 2nd and 20. A little roughed up, but she seems to be okay.
I mean, this game is back and forth, defense or offense. Right now, it's just team against team. Whoever wants it more will win this game. It's just a matter of fact on who wants it the most. I mean, you see so much passion and so much just like drive from both of these teams. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, both teams needing to dig deep here. 2nd and 20. She's got an open player, and it's complete. Once again, beating her on the outside. Vixen answering a huge loss for a huge gain. Not often you see a 2nd and 20 converted right away like that. And that's Amanda Warwick with the catch. Vixen gonna go quick. Looking outside. Oh! Reaching up, trying to make that one-handed catch. That's a common recurrence tonight so far. That pass incomplete. It actually looked like she had a more open option further downfield. Fortunate that, if you're a Wildcats fan anyways, that they didn't find her. So after the incompletion, they're gonna slow things down a little bit. 2nd and 10 on the 27-yard line. Still tied up 20 to 20. 5:31 remaining. Handoff, cutting inside. Another big play, getting up just about the 20-yard line, maybe just short. Good for a 7-yard gain. It's 3rd down. Wildcats need a stop. Another handoff, same player. Quick tackle. And it's going to be close, but it looks like they're signaling that she's short, setting up a 4th down. Saldivar trying to dive and make the stop early, but just misses her. She cuts last second. That would have set up a bigger 4th down for her probably, but it's 4th and 3. Big 4th down. We're going to keep saying it. Fake handoff. Pass outside. It's caught. And I think it's just enough. See what they're signaling, and they're going to move the chains. That just got over the yard needed. Yeah, she got that stretch out right at the last second, so able to get the 1st down despite the good coverage. Going quick once again, handoff up the middle. Stopped early this time though. Nowhere to go. Well done from the defensive line. Now they're kind of bleeding the clock a little bit. I know I said that 6 minutes is going to last, but maybe that's commentator's curse because 3 of those minutes have bled dry. And we're halfway through since I last mentioned that. 2nd and 11.
I mean, all the Vixen need is a field goal here to turn the tides over to their favor.
Yeah, and at this spot, they're probably within range. Fake handoff, cutting outside. Penalty. Able to get into the end zone, but I'm wondering if this is going to come back.
It's going to be on the Vixen side. I believe I saw it was number 71. I'll have to double check that during this replay too. It brought down the defender. You cannot bring down a defender on a run especially. It's going to be a pretty big penalty. I mean, resulted in a touchdown. So definitely going to hate to see that one come back as a Vixen.
That's the 2nd time a touchdown that they've scored has been brought back due to a penalty. And that's a big one, yeah. That's, I mean, 2nd and 21 versus the touchdown. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
Been fighting all night. You want to win. I mean, we all understand the emotion and the drive, but biggest thing, I mean, even though it's hot outside, you want to keep a cool head. You have to just do your job the best as you can, and then your team can do properly from it.
Kelly, right under center, takes the handoff, pitch, not going to pitch again, running outside, got a defender. Eventually met though and forced out of bounds by several Wildcats. Unable to get anywhere beyond the 30. That trickery, I mean, it looks a little nervy when you're watching that. Gotta make sure that you're ready for it. A lot of unexpecteds on who's going to end up actually taking the ball, as 3 different Vixen players touched it this time around. But in the end, unsuccessful, as she only got back to the initial line of scrimmage. 3rd and 21. Excuse me, 3rd and 24. She actually lost some yards. 3rd and 24. It's just a mountain of yards ahead of you. We've seen them overcome certain yards like that before. They are going to let this clock run to the 2-minute timeout. Happy to take away some time, maybe take the opportunity to make a big play, utilize something fancy here, and at the very least, eat away some of this yardage, get back into field goal territory. Like you said, kicking a field goal at this point in the game is probably enough, at least enough to scare the other team.
My very little expertise, my thought here is, definitely running down the clock is something that you want to do, because she did miss that last extra point, but you have a very strong kicker. Like, she's been blasting these, the football through the post. I wouldn't be surprised if she could make it from the 25-yard line. So they only need 5 more yards until they have a points on the board, which gets them that win. And I feel like they're more just like touchdown if we can. Field goal is the must.
I'd say that sounds like some pretty decent expertise.
Got that one from Remember the Times.
Okay, yeah. As it stands, where the ball is right now, it's, what is that, a 41-yard kick? 48-yard kick. So definitely out of the range, I would say, to go for it here. If they can get another, 15 yards. Then you can consider that option. It's like you said, maybe they do feel a little less confident after the missed PAT. It was kind of more of a misfortune at that point, hitting the uprights. Most players probably can't do that if they wanted to. QB's going to drop back. Loads of time, eventually airing it out in the middle. Ooh! Gordon diving for it, nearly getting the pick. That pass wasn't really close to anyone. And it's actually going to be 4th and 24 now. So big decision for them here. Wildcats can kind of drop off if they do try to go for it, as they basically say, we only need to stop you from getting the 24 yards. You can have 10, 15, even 20 yards. As long as we don't let you get the first down, we'll take the ball.
I'm almost shocked that they didn't want to run that. The run was going so well for them. They needed so much yardage. Definitely completely changes the game here, having that 4th down and long. You now need to get to that 25-yard line at the very least to give your kicker a chance here. It's like the Vixen will talk it over.
We're doing a note. Our referee specialist here caught that there was a penalty on that play, but Wildcats declined it, as they'll take the 4th down. They said, you guys have already got plenty of yardage to go. We'd rather you lose it down. So 4th and 24 on the 31. Dropping back for the middle. Tried to pick it off. It probably is better that she didn't catch it, actually, as the turnover on down sets him up at the 31 now.
2-minute drill. I live for football for this reason when I'm watching movies. This is going to be a fun one to watch for sure, to see if our girls can punch it in or at least get the field goal. They've got quite a bit of yards to definitely take back, at least to get to the red zone. I'm thinking run here. I think just kind of set your bases here, really try and just kind of get just a little bit of momentum going just before you start to air it out.
They need something. Their offense kind of struggled on the last 2 drives. Only got 1 first down apiece. This one looks good though. Good reception, and she'll catch it for a good gain. That's what you need. Work it slowly. I know you've got the clock kind of making you feel a little bit of pressure, but You still got 90 seconds right now. You still got all 3 timeouts. You can get to the outside and stop the clock in that way. So these 6-yard gains are important. You know, get the ball moving. Oh, miscommunication. Ball is rolling back, and Gordon's going to dive on it, but not after a huge loss. And head coach Sean is absolutely livid. Cannot believe what just happened there. It just seemed like, I don't know, it just confusion.
I mean, we had that reception. We had great field position. I mean, it was only second and maybe 4 yards left, and just to see that ball go backwards of all things, they couldn't. It is not a forward pass, so that ball going backwards is live. So Gordon doing a great job getting to that ball quickly and getting down, but definitely going to need a different play here for 3rd and long. You want to at least get to 4th and short, so you can kind of punch it through the first down to at least have a chance. Vixen taking this timeout. Oh.
Yeah, that's a huge loss there. They actually lost 10 yards on that one. Excuse me, 12. They had gained 6 yards on the first down, so 3rd and 16 looks a lot different than 3rd and 4.
I mean, it looks like a marathon compared to what they just had. It's going to take some grit for sure. They're going to have to lock in here and really punch it through.
It's receiver found. Running with the catch. She gets out of bounds, but not enough for the first down. So they still got a 4th down here that they need to convert. Otherwise, the ball goes right back to the opponent.
Yeah, I would be tremendously shocked if I saw a punt here from Laura Gates. So we're definitely going to probably see another play. They have, I believe, 4th and 3 here, so they don't have too much. That is still going to be a lot of yards for a 4th down, because you cannot mess up here out of all places.
Yeah, their running game hasn't been as confident, as consistent. Finds the pass. No, it doesn't. Gets to her feet, and Gates is holding her face. Just cannot believe that. And once again, Wildcats doing everything on defense to get the stops, get the ball back, and just unable to do anything with it when they have it in their own hands. It's been a struggle of a 4th quarter for them. That pass just floated a little too lightly.
Right here! Play up the middle!
A turnover of sorts anyways. Here we go. Handoff is going to be their first play, and a decent one at that. They'll be happy with that going into 2nd down. Clock ticking. 2 timeouts remaining, 40 seconds on the clock. Another handoff, same player. Pushing it through and first down. Clock at 27, stopped at 26 seconds after a Vixen timeout.
Every time that they have kind of gone down. Right on it early, but definitely to keep out like a look, because I mean the Vixen are taking a timeout here, so they could be changing things up for sure. But I mean, gonna have to keep your head on a swivel. Vixen have been showing off their weapons this half, like from throwing to running. They almost seem unstoppable. They're sticking with that groove. It'll be, I mean, definitely not able to punch it in last time, but they started off with great field position this time, so they're going to have to work a lot less for it, and our Wildcats are going to have to work that much more for it.
Yeah, time not really on their side. I mean, I don't actually know their kicker's range. They could be pretty close to where she can boot from, so time not necessarily on their side, but their spot on the field is. 32 seconds remaining. Late in this fourth quarter, another handoff up the middle. Dodging, weaving, getting stopped. Dead center of the field, and I think that feels intentional, trying to get, that ball as square onto the field goal as they can. We've got an injury timeout now, though. Wildcats player this time was met by the running back and took a hit pretty hard, looks like. That's 54 for the Wildcats. That's down right now. Justine Larson. She was kind of involved in that tackle this time around, so sure she just got landed on uncomfortably or stretched out, and this gives both teams once again an opportunity to design plays, make something happen. They need their best right now.
It went from a uphill battle to now it is a mountain. They have great field position, and they have 2 more downs to get a first down. Really going to have to be very careful with how much yards we are allowing each play. I mean, 21 seems unstoppable right now.
Yeah, and they've also been able to switch to other options. Right, number 0 took several of those handoffs as well. So they've got options, and I think those options are proving effective as the game goes on. Maybe it comes back to having some more depth is important for the team. 20 seconds, clock ticking. 21 going to take it again. It's for Mullen. Eventually stopped. Clock is ticking, so they're going to let it tick until just before the end of the before the end of the game. They'll take their last timeout. So I think they like their chances at a field goal here for the win. A walk-off field goal is how this game might end. Otherwise, we go to overtime.
Definitely going to be holding our breaths here for this play. I mean, looks like they are going for the field goal, like you mentioned. Almost wondering what our plans here as the Wildcats are, as hopefully they leave someone in the back just in case if it does go short, or are they just rushing everyone and trying to stop this kick from getting off?
I mean, based on how high and powerful those previous kicks have been, I think they like their chances of this getting there.
Let's go Wildcats.
This is going to be a 35-yard kick, roughly. So, definitely some distance. This is not one of those guaranteed makes. I mean, it never really is, but here we go. For the game, for a spot in the championship. It's just good, and the walk-off kick to stun the number 1 seed. Vixen travel to Salt Lake City and take down the Wildcats in a thriller back-to-back game, ending up on top 23-20. They head to Canton, Ohio for a spot at a championship. They have done well late in the game when it mattered most. Wildcats are stunned. They've had an amazing season. This is their first time in the WFA Pro. I think they'll hold their heads high in what they've accomplished this season, and they'll look to improve and get even better next year.
I mean, I think you said it perfectly. I mean, like, absolutely amazing game from the Vixen to put all their trust in that kicker. I mean, she got what she needed back. I'm sure she wanted another chance after that extra point. Beautiful play. I mean, they had, I mean, that momentum, I feel like, the whole time, like this half. But a beautiful job from our Wildcats. I mean, this is their first loss in 2 years, their first time in the Pro Division, making it to the semifinals. Like, I'm like, keep your head up for sure. I mean, like, they are a formidable team that the whole league knows about. The whole league, I mean, like, talks about. Like, they know that they are like a team not to be messed with. Vixen coming out with the win tonight, though. I mean, 23-20. Couldn't ask for a closer game.
Yeah, an absolute battle, and a huge congratulations to the Vixen as they are victorious in tonight's game, and they head to the championship. Amazing season all around. We want to thank you for joining in tonight and for supporting the league, supporting the players, and supporting us by joining. We love to be a part of this game. And
let's give off a round of applause for all of our players.
What a season.
Thank you for coming out tonight, folks.
We will catch you next game. We'll be in the audience with you, watching in, but we look forward to it nonetheless.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
This group right here, all around, is football. We're all football players. Y'all are football players, okay?
Down. Good. Conchiali's going to go straight ahead. Got a receiver caught. Touchdown. They're back again. What a catch. Houdini act. Sideline. She breaks another tackle. There's now one for
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight.
That's something.
The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
And as we can see, the future of technology is with us. You might be thinking, Doc, this is truly amazing. And we got.
Hey, is the projector ready? Come on, time for a team meeting.
Yo, Jay, what you say?
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight. That's something. The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
Rolls to her left, has time, throws on the run to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Pittsburgh TD.
The athletes, they're the backbone of this whole league. And they're just amazing people. They've got amazing stories.
Barrett in the pattern. They're looking for her. Able to bring that one in. Brianna Barrett. My goodness.
I never thought I'd be here. I feel like the best things in life are things that come to you unexpected. So it's been a great journey for me.
I know this is where I'm supposed to be.
Caught touchdown, Jada Meister.
Essentially is true of breaking barriers, right?
She could go all the way, and she does. Touchdown.
We're shattering the glass ceiling.
Great pass up in the air. Touchdown.
All of the women role models that we look up to are all women who did things that were not expected.
They realize they're pioneers. They realize that the trail that they leave is going to be a path that a young girl can follow.
It gives you hope. They believe in themselves, I believe in them, and Franco believes in all of us, so it just goes with the territory.
One team!
Recovery is everything. That's why these DNA Vibe jazz bands are being gifted to everyone in the WFA. That's right. Thanks to the NFIM and the SHINE program, every athlete in the Women's Football Alliance will be gifted the ultimate game changer for their recovery.
This patented technology targets recovery at the cellular level so that we can maintain our peak performance. And if it can handle our hits, imagine what it can do for you.
You know the moments, the feeling in your feet, the rhythm of ambition, that extra, that aha, that sight.
That's something.
The click, the shift, the boom, and you're there. The mess becomes a map, and you call it art, or science, or code, because now you know the way forward. For all the moments that drive you, there's edX. Fuel your ambition with thousands of job-relevant courses and programs at edX.org.
In the quiet moments before dawn, champions are made. Every fan, every athlete, every moment counts. It's not just a game, it's a passion that unites us, drives us, and makes us strive for greatness. Greatness is wherever fans connect and call home. We believe in the power of the community. We believe in turning passion into action. We bring fans closer and transform loyalty into unforgettable experiences. Join us. Make every moment matter. Fan Club. Get your fans in the game.